Going live.
All right. Okay. Well,
Well,
welcome.
hail to the Phantom Menace. This is a whatever for the fuck of it live stream.
That's
So,
right. Well, it is a special birthday today. So
yeah, I'm 48 today.
it's 48.
And just think, at about 5 minutes after midnight, um, on my 25th birthday, I rolled the car big enough to roll into a ditch in one spot without wrapping around a telephone pole or a cement mailbox pole.
Wow. On your 25th birthday?
Yep. Yepper.
So how did that happen?
Well, okay, boys and girls, when you buy a vehicle, whether it's used, it may be in the summertime or the end of the summer into the fall. Replace the tires. Replace the tires before the snow falls. So yeah, I was driving.
Oh, so do we
I was driving down I-94. Just got done celebrating my birthday with two of the bestest friends ever that I don't even talk to no more. One's name is Jason, and the other's name is Bob, but I haven't seen either one for years. And Jason basically changed his name because he didn't like his dad, so he changed his name. And I didn't reveal his last name, so
Jason?
I'm not doxing him. What?
Was his last name Jason?
No.
Or he was just mad
His
that
first
his
name
dad
was
named
Jason.
him that? So.
Oh, his name was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Else.
I mean, was his dad's? Yeah, it was his dad's first name Jason.
It's his dad's first name. It was not Jason, but yeah. It was a different last name, and he just didn't want to be associated with that name no more.
Oh, okay,
but I was celebrating with them, and so I'm driving down I-94 east, and I got off in Burr Street in Gary, Indiana, because it started snowing like gangbusters. Now remember, this is about 5 minutes after midnight. Going down the road, 5 minutes after midnight on November 13th, 5 minutes after midnight. I got off the road, driving down Burr Street. Everything is coated with a good 1/4 inch to 6 inches of to a 1/4 foot to 6 inches of snow on the ground. And so I had ball tires. Didn't really know that I had ball tires, but they were not good. They were definitely not good for driving down the snow. So I get past the Shell station on the right, and all of a sudden I'm spinning to the left, spinning to the right, and I'm spinning and spinning, going for a while down the road for at least, it felt like a very long time, I'm telling you. I got the stick shift in neutral. I'm fighting the wheel. I got my feet off the pedals. No traffic, thank goodness. I'd have been done.
Yeah.
I got the car straight, and miraculously, I'm in the left lane. The lip of the road, the tire goes over the lip, and it was done. It was over. There was a space of about 30 feet between the cement pole and the telephone pole. Cement pole had a mailbox on it. My bumper.
Did you roll, like, were you going downhill?
No, it was just a straight road. Got to remember, Indiana, flatland. There's a little bit of hills there, but it's mostly flat unless you go to the north near the beach, and then you got sand dunes and hills that way. But otherwise, it's all flat. Flat land, no mountains like we got out west here.
Yeah.
So my rear bumper just barely touches that cement pole, and I go into the ditch upside down and roll. Miss the telephone pole, rubbed against the cement pole for the mailbox, and I'm upside down in the ditch. Now, keep in mind, every freaking ditch around there, it's got about 3 feet of water in it. This one, it had 6 inches of water in it, and I was lucky that way. And Have you ever seen the geo the size of a basketball?
The what? The size of a basketball?
A geode.
Oh,
a hollow stone that's got crystals growing inside. That's a geode.
No.
Well, I had one of those. Yes, size of a basketball. Very heavy, very big. And it was behind the passenger seat. I had nobody with me. And
It was so we went through the car.
the
You go
part
through the
I'm getting
windshield
to
and
is
end up in the.
basically no. The person, if there would have been someone with me, they'd have got hit by that geode right in the head.
Yeah.
I could have got hit in the head by that geode, but I didn't. And it was a geode. The reason why I never broke the geode open, because on the rock face there was an image of what looked like Jerry Garcia on it.
Oh wow.
Everybody that ever seen it was like, and I was one of the, I never mentioned it. I would never point it out. They would be the only one. It's like, is that like, that looks like Jerry's on the stone. It's like, did you carve this? I'm like, no, that came out of the ground natural and a friend gave it to me. I'm like, no.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so I grabbed my license, my registration, and everything that I needed. And I discovered, well, what do you know? There's a fucking 5-pack of Corona in the car. Now, Indiana back then, they just enforced. They just
It was
put a
like it's
open container
cliffhanger.
law.
Hold
So,
on, wait a
if
minute.
you-
Five
there you
pack? 5-pack?
It was a 6-pack originally.
Okay.
My then fiance, Pam, had drank one out of it and left it in the vehicle. She was doing shit like that constantly. If it's not in the trunk, it's an open container.
Damn it, Pam.
And so it didn't matter whether I didn't drink it or not. It would still be a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grabbed that bag, all my stuff. I threw the beer. I hated Corona then. What kind of Mexican am I? I don't like Corona. Hey, my grandfather was a Tecate guy. And
I like Pacifico.
I like Pacifico Especial. It's only available during the summer.
Pacifico Especial. Yeah.
Clara is
Yeah,
always
it's good
available.
though. It's good
You
stuff.
always get Clara. I don't really care for the Clara. I like the Pacifico. I'm like my mom. She likes the Pacifico too.
I like Dos Equis and there's another one. I'm doing.
And by the way, if any of you ever hear me refer to myself as Mexican, I am talking about the Aztec Indian and the Spanish. Just so everyone knows.
Well, you just got like a smorgasbord, man.
Mexicans were Indians conquered by Spaniards.
Yeah, that's true.
Most people don't realize this.
They were Native Americans conquered by Spaniards. Yeah, no,
is like
true.
the word American. We don't go around calling ourselves, as in to our race, as Americans. No, we call ourselves basically wherever we're originally descended
wherever
from.
we came from.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, the last 3 letters spell can. So.
And the word Mexico is based. The word
that's a good point.
The word Mexico is based off of my tribe, Mexica. The Mexica people were the Aztec people.
Oh, Mexica.
Mexica.
Oh, that's where they got the MEX, Mex from Mexica?
It was a mispronunciation by the Spaniards.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. And Cortez and his people, when they came into Tenochtitlan, and that is what Mexico City used to be called. It was paradise. Literally paradise. All of it. From here all the way up to Canada, all of it was pretty much paradise. If you wanted paradise, North America was it. Before the Europeans pretty much came. And all the southern natives were very sophisticated. Aztecs, Mayans, they all had running water. They had canals. They had aqueducts. Yeah. And they had science.
Have you been down there?
My grandmother and grandfather took me when I was 11. And I got to see some wonderful things. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. I bet that would be a very cool trip.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wanted to go down to that area, Peru. You know, there's a lot of crazy architecture and some of the stone. You know, there's a lot of like mystery of a lot of megalithic structures that are existing down in the Peruvian area.
Hey, thank you, Kermit.
Oh, Kermit, what's up, Kermit? Kermit the
Hey, you
Log.
want on, Kermit?
Yeah. Get your green bean in here. So I won't be the only one.
Let me.
Oh man, Battle of the Green.
You can never have enough. You can never have too much green bean. Okay.
Hey, is Kermit in Kotar?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he is. Let's see. I can take a
All
look.
right.
Oh,
Hey, Shellback. Oh, never mind. I'll do it. I'll just go to the likes on Twitter because you know how many DMs I have? My God. All right.
I don't see Kermit on it. Yeah, no, I don't think he is.
Ask him if he liked the thing I shared, the link.
Yeah, okay. I'm texting him now. Or typing.
Or put a link of his Twitter in
Here, I can.
in the
Yeah.
chat. Or you send them the link. You got it. I'm doing way
Let me
too many
see, I
things
think
at
I have-
once.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I should have him Kermit the Log. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here I can send. I'll send him the link right now. Okay. So Kermit, I sent you the link. It should be in your DM and Twitter. So if you wanna jump on, yeah, no, we know. Saw it. Okay, so it should check your DM. Also, Orville said he could join us, so maybe he'll be jumping in as well. He has the link, right? Or do you want me to send it to him too?
All right. What just happened?
Do it again.
You're good.
Right.
Better to do it twice than.
Yeah,
Hey
that's
now.
a good point. I'm gonna
Hey,
send him.
what's up with you guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Well, pretty good.
Hey there, what's going on?
Yeah, same old shit, man. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, dude. How old are you today?
48.
You sound like you're 21.
Well, thank you. Hey, I get a lot of compliments
That young-
on my
Optimism,
voice.
the young optimism.
And your radio voice?
I'm too much. I'm too much of a silver fox to get that compliment anymore.
I got the
Silver
gift of
fox.
curse, man. That's the
Get
gift of-
that.
Oh, but Shellback, you got a certain amount of youth about you though that kind of shines through. You got some age-defying ancestry going on. Because
Well, can you
I
find
know
it for
you're
me?
older, but you don't look older, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because when I thought when I first met you, I thought you were about my age or a little bit younger.
Well, I am about your age.
But you see, when I think about people my age, because I look young for my age, and I automatically think that.
I like how
Now, I'll be 40. I'll be 49 in February, man.
damn. You look good for
Oh, you
40
guys are on the same page.
You look good for 48 years old, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be 40 in January.
Dude.
So yeah, you got some good genes going on too there, huh?
Dude, this is a
Yeah,
redirect. You guys can tell me this is going to be a
Orville
redirect.
Nation. Hey, Orville Nation.
Hey, happy birthday.
Hey, there
Aaron.
you go.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
What's up, Orville?
what the hell?
So how's the kiddo feeling, Orville?
Things are progressing. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, my little genius is a climber. So he climbed and got to a knife the other day, and he cut his hand. You know where the webbing between the thumb and the index finger into the palm? He kind of cut himself there a little bit. I thought maybe he might have needed stitches, so I just watched it all night, and then it's like, okay, that don't need stitches. You should.
Oh.
He was kind of scared. First time he hurt himself in a major way.
Yeah, that's scary when that happens, especially
But
if you
you
think
see-
you need stitches. As a kid, that's like frightening. You think you're
Yeah.
gonna, die.
But I don't yell at my kids for having accents like that, even though they're not supposed to be messing with the knives, even though they are put up. But because like when I was a kid, I didn't get in trouble for getting hurt and getting into stuff. The more important thing
No.
was to make sure you're all right, and then you'll get the lecture after we get you bandaged up.
And it was like a lesson too. I mean, it was like, well, you'll know better next time,
Right?
right? I mean, that's how it was like. I was like, well,
I mean, you didn't really get your ass beat or anything. It's just like, yeah, hell, yeah.
Now, a lot of kids, a lot of times,
Learn
kids
something new,
punish
didn't you?
themselves just in the anticipation.
right?
Hey, oh, Michael Wolf.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I was fearful.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael.
My dad scared the shit out of me about everything, guys. I don't know. I was like always, I would have gotten in trouble for fucking that up in the kitchen.
Oh, I mean, I got in trouble for stuff, but it wasn't like for hurting myself. Like man, when I was a kid, I broke so many bones. I broke my arm, my leg, my nose, fingers, everything, just doing stupid stuff. And I remember specifically I was playing basketball. It was, I was in like grade school and I was on the team and I remember I went up for a rebound and I knew, like, I always knew when I'd broken something immediately. I was like, I know it's broken, And I remember my dad was in the crowd and I'm like looking at him and I'm like, running up the court and I'm like showing him my hand. I'm like yelling, I broke my finger. And I'm a little kid. And I remember him looking, he's like, just pull it out. You're fine. Just pull it out. And that was like, as much comfort as I got for that.
Well,
It was like, toughen you up.
So that was like super, like
Real-
1988.
Real man.
Oh yeah, that was those. Yeah, that was 80s. Yeah, exactly.
Not these pussies
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
Hey,
when I was a kid growing up.
here's a good one for you. What?
You got a good one?
Who's going? You were
Dramatic
me.
So the dramatic pause was the good one.
I'll go. I'll go.
There- Who would do the dramatic pause? Oh, that's all right, Craig Ferguson. Remember the dramatic pause in
Ferguson.
the show?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
Craig
love
Ferguson.
it. I love freaking Craig Ferguson.
Oh man, I loved him too, man. His guy was great.
Oh, man. And the shit, what was the damn robot's name?
Oh yeah, it was
Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Jeff. Yeah. But anyway,
there's-
I don't remember how old I was, but I mean, we're probably talking like 4 or 5 year old age range, and I was like standing up on a chair, quote unquote helping mom, like, I don't know, cook something. I don't know whether it was pancakes or what, but it was something that required a hot skillet, right? And she had to get something, so she's like, that's real hot, don't touch. And no sooner than she said that and like turned around or whatever, I looked down at the skillet and just freaking bigger than shit, flat palm.
What is it like when you're a kid?
But,
You feel the need to like do everything they tell you not to
my
do.
ass busted? No. But
It's kind
I
of
just
your
got
second-degree
you
burn.
won't do that again, will you? Like,
It's like you try to prove your parents wrong. You try to prove like, I know you're telling me not to, but I think if I do, I'm gonna be fine. Let's see how
Right?
let's see how bad this really is. Yeah, it's like you're challenging them. It's a young defiance. Who else has a story of their injured childhood?
When I was basically when I was a kid growing up, especially when I got toward the 12-year-old adolescent area, between that and 18, we lived in Portage, Indiana, and man, my friends were definitely afraid of my father, and especially my older friends, because my dad didn't put age limits on my friends, just as long as he knew who they were. And because he basically met all my friends. And, I was at a young age, I knew everybody. I was friends with everybody. I was friends with 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, everybody, every walk of life that you can think of, I was friends with. And I pretty much party with all of them too, back in my hardcore partying days. And
I like it.
So my dad's rule for me, and my mom didn't really care for this rule, but she kind of just abided by it because I was a pretty well behaved kid, and my dad's only rule was don't get caught. Serious.
Yeah, well,
don't get caught.
yeah.
That was his only rule. Besides the other standing rules. We lost somebody.
That sounds like a good rule. That's a good rule.
Yeah. And we'll see, I got caught twice. Biggest lesson ever. Don't smoke in a church parking lot after hours. You know what I mean? I was 16. Okay. Somewhere along the line when I was 17, I got caught smoking something somewhere. I was illegally searched basically at high school, the middle of my junior year in high school. Mr. Pavel, man, that guy was a freaking a-hole. I'm telling you. And so they searched me, and so I only had a remnant left on me, and one of those caffeine speeders, and okay, Orville's back. And so they legally searched me, and so I was basically forced to withdraw from the school because they could not expel me. They didn't have your rights 101. You have to have a police officer there to read you your rights, and they have to have probable cause too.
Yeah, even the search, right?
And beings that they suspected I had something on me, beings they saw me doing something pretty much every morning before class started, they were watching me, but I knew they were watching me. I had a little for a 17-year.
Somebody's watching me.
Yeah. And so it's like, they illegally searched me, and they had to let me withdraw. And my choice was either withdraw or get expelled. So I withdrew, and I went to, I started going to Portage Adult High School, where there was actual Portage Adult High School. There was a high school for adults to go to.
I can't believe you're from a place called Portage.
Yeah, Portage, Indiana. It's right next to Gary, Indiana.
It was porridge,
No. Portage. Portage as into Portage, the boat across land.
Up, dude. That sounds like the Little Red Riding Hood book.
Yeah, and the reason why they called the place Portage is because boats were portaged from Burns Ditch to somewhere else in Portage.
Oh, so it's like a port reference.
You guys have
portage. You know what portage? Do you know what the portage a boat means?
No.
To take it off land, to put it on, take it off the water, put it on land, roll it on rollers to the next body of water. That's what portaging a boat is. And apparently that's what the town was pretty much named after that. And why? Who knows? I never really learned.
There's a town not too far from my hometown called Portageville. So,
well, the reason why they probably named that town is probably because they one point historically probably rolled boats across logs or something, or some kind of device to get a boat from one area to the next. But you see, I believe when they put Burns Ditch in, they took care of that problem. Didn't have to portage boats no more. Burns Ditch is basically a canal in Indiana. It goes from Lake Station, Gary, into Portage, and I believe it connects in with the Little Calumet River and Salt Creek. Old stomping grounds, fishing wise. Because from the time I was pretty much 12 until I was 18, went fishing at the creek every day.
What is it? What's the main fish up there? What do you like? What do you know to catch?
What we got running there is you got Skamanian steelhead, and you got regular steelhead. The Skamanian steelhead were long and skinny, and the Skamanian steelhead the non-Skamanian steelhead were fat and not quite so long. And we had Chinook, coho.
Which one was that one?
The fat one. Got two types. We got two types of steelhead. fat steelhead and Skamanian steelhead. The Skamanian steelhead's real long, slightly bigger, and the regular steelhead are fat and
That
not
one-
quite as long.
That one sounds like my dick.
Oh, I knew you got me. I got to remember that about
Always
you.
one in the crowd.
And yeah, we got brown
If
trout.
there's
We
a
got
penis
rainbow
joke
trout.
to be had,
We got Sentinel watching us here.
Hey,
Hail,
Sentinel. Hail.
Dude, when I was 22,
It's mine, Sentinel.
when I was 22 years old, I passed every test to get into the police academy in San Francisco, and I was on the waiting list.
hey,
And,
Oh man,
anyways,
that's great.
I tested
No,
positive.
go ahead.
I tested positive for cocaine, and
What?
I was barred. I had gone to school for that shit, and then I had done cocaine Thursday into Friday morning, and the test was Saturday, and I had to do showed up for the physical, and they're like, okay, piss in the cup. So I had to piss in front of a guy, tested positive. The thing was, I had been on the waiting list for multiple police departments, and I went to the sheriff's department test, and all the physical tests I had taken before that for all the different police departments were the same. But at the sheriff's department test, they actually drug tested me. So I've been doing cocaine Thursday and Friday morning, and the test was on Saturday, and I failed.
And they viewed that as a no-no
Yeah.
in the police academy. Wait, but did you not know it was going to be drug tested?
No, I didn't think they were going to drug test because I had taken the police academy.
You'd already done it.
Yeah, and as soon as I showed up, I was like, "Oh, something's different." Because at all the police department tests, you just had to run around like a basketball court and hop over like a foot wall. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then at the sheriff's
I actually
department
did that in New York City.
wow, yeah. So at the sheriff's department,
I was on the waiting list as well.
yeah, dude, I was like, I was ready to count my money, and no,
Yeah.
my parents got the letter in the mail.
Kermit,
saying, "What's up?"
Kermit, you should have told him it was good. You thought it was Goody's headache powder.
Yeah, well, I mean, I should have, would have, could have. You know, I was 22. I'm 37 now. So, but yeah, dude, that was fucked up. I had to wait tables for like the next 10, 12 years.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's
I hear you.
Lots more
There-
cocaine. Lots of more. cocaine.
There's something to be said about failing a urinalysis for a job at a police department.
Yeah,
That would follow you a couple.
yeah, it did. It did.
You know, the thing is, though, now you have a hell of a resume for a vice squad officer.
I thought that when it happened, I was like, dude, somebody hire me. Because when I was 22, I was, everybody's in good shape at 22. And I was like, damn, I just thought, yeah, that would help me. But no, obviously it didn't. They're like, you can't apply for any government job for like 10 years or some shit. I was like, well, Chili's, are you hiring?
Yeah, at that point you're like over like the minimum age group.
Yeah. And, I'm like 23 without a degree. And like, I wasn't good at like, yeah. So.
Hey, Sentinel, thanks for that. Appreciate that.
But yeah, dude, it's all good though. Life works out. I figured my life out like everybody does eventually, but it took a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Hail Death by Saber.
Hail.
Death by Saber. Hail Death by Saber.
He's in the
Where's
chat.
Steven
Yeah.
at? Where's Steven at tonight?
I don't know. I don't know what time he usually goes to yeah, thank you. I agree there. It's nice to be a wrench.
Yeah,
I don't know what time Steven goes to sleep. His
pretty
schedule's
much
all over.
everyone
too.
in the fourth wave crew basically is a wrench on my channel.
And
I
think they're
invaded,
all East Coast as well. Mike,
I
Steven,
invaded
and
DBS's stream last night. They were streaming about the Mandalorian, and they put a link in the KOTOR chat, and I'm like, somebody left the door open, and
oh, they put an open invitation in there.
they put a link in KOTOR, and I'm like, well, all right.
That's great.
You never leave an open door when there's a turtle around.
Oh yeah.
Just
Hey, have you seen something similar or something else, something like that happened a little bit before that in KOTOR? About a day before that.
What's up with KOTOR, man? That's the one. Nobody invites me in that.
Yeah, I can't. I thought you would have been invited in that. I think it's. I don't know how does Mary have to do it, or does it have to be like?
I'm not Phantom Menace. I'm Phantom Menace too.
Hassle Mary.
Oh,
You're Phantom Menace. What?
Curious.
Curious.
Your Phantom Menace curious. That's good.
Yeah, I'm definitely Phantom Menace for sure.
I think that Josh from Den of Nerds. I think he's also in the Phantom Menace curious category.
But that doesn't mean that all my subs have to be Phantom Menace too, or all the ones, everyone I'm friends with have to be that. You don't necessarily have to be.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
No, and like it's like people have to choose sides, and I feel like that whole message has gotten lost.
No.
It's like, oh, if you're part of Phantom Menace, I can't follow you anymore. It's like, what do you mean? If you like my stuff,
I don't like. I don't want to say, I don't like being like, oh, I'm part of a group. It's too big of a group and there's too many people with too many opinions to be like agreeing with everybody. But I got a lot of subs from the Phantom Menace, definitely, and I support the causes that I think everybody believes in. But I also got a lot of subs from like horror genres, and like it's kind of limiting to just focus on the subs from Phantom Menace. You know what I mean? Like there's YouTube's so huge. So like I have a huge presence from horror fans, just as much probably. I don't know. I need to expand it more, just like everybody, right?
But like, but the
I'm
Phantom
at
Menace, I feel like that
subs.
That extends to like any genre. It's not just Star Wars. I mean, it kind of started with Star Wars, but it's pretty much just fans that are complaining against like a social movement in their movies and their writing, where like the writing and the characters take a back seat to like pushing an agenda. I mean, that's really what it is. It's
that's fandom. It's fandom. It's not limited to Star Wars. Right? It's everywhere. I feel like it's less in horror, but it just hasn't hit.
Yeah.
It hasn't hit there hard enough yet. But it is there though. I don't see too many movies starting out with a pair of titties. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. They're definitely like
that's just because woke. That's because woke horror just doesn't work. So it's just
no doubt.
I think
that don't work.
I mean, it's hard. Like I don't like a lot of class or modern day horror movies. Like I love the horror genre, and I'm a big fan of it. Especially like the zombie genre. But I like the classic stuff. There was something like charming about it, where the stories were good, the characters were good. I mean, sometimes even like the 80s stuff that was like over the top 80s, it still holds up as like a fun movie to watch. I don't know. Today's horror, it's either reliant too much on CGI or like the cheap thrills and quick scares that like don't end up being that scary because it doesn't really penetrate you. Like you're that's a bad way of saying it. Yeah, but like like it's
your being. A joke on that. Come on.
I mean the gratuitous nudity of the horror films back in the day
was the best, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you get like Romero, the classic zombie movies, and they were using like cow intestines as the human intestines, and like there's something like that. It's still physically there, and it's still like kind of gory, and even if it's cow intestines, I mean that's still it's like
I've heard stories about actors in horror movies reacting to the intestines and all that was using off camera. I would love to see the outtakes, the bloopers. Man, just imagine the retching and everyone in the background with crew laughing. That would be just something to see, man. It's like I don't know if you guys are Burt Reynolds fan, but all Burt Reynolds movies, there's outtakes. Yes, exactly. I'm a Burt Reynolds fan. I love all his freaking movies, and everyone that was surrounding that guy in movies they made too. You were going to be entertained.
Whoever made that laugh right there, that sounded like the Joker too. I know it's Burt Reynolds, but that was a good joke.
That was Shellback.
Well done.
That is well done. Yeah.
Hey, but guys, I got a Madden. My buddy just called me. We're about to play some Madden. I just hopped on real quick, but I'd like to talk to you guys again sometime if that's cool.
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed, for sure. Don't be a stranger.
Fun chatting with you.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I'll keep in touch with you guys. Good talking to you guys.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good.
Hail
Thanks
the
for stopping
green
by. Hail the green guy there. Yeah. Kermit the Law.
The green guy with a bottle of was that Cuervo? Was that tequila he's got?
Yeah, I think it was.
I couldn't quite see it.
It looked like
it looked like a bottle of Cuervo.
Yeah. But yeah, the horror movie genre, I don't know. There's something special about like those old classic movies that you just, I don't know. I think it's lacking these days.
Hey, Bear, I have a question.
Sure.
So, do you speak Spanish?
When I did, I was 2 years old. I spoke it fluently. I don't really remember it.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather and grandmother taught me.
Okay.
Very young, but my
Hola,
grandfather
¿cómo
would. I would
estás?
talk
Muy
to
bien.
I would talk to my grandfather, and he would tell me, it's like, every now and then I just check to see if you still understand what I'm saying. And he told me that he was switching back and forth, talking Spanish and English. And I just said to him, I'm like, you did? Really? And I didn't know. So subconsciously, I understand it. If there's people speaking Spanish, especially if it's the same dialect of Spanish, my grandfather, he spoke 7 different dialects of Spanish. He could speak with the mountain people in Mexico. And
Wow.
so basically, if I hear anyone that's speaking a dialect like that, I can get a really good idea about what they're saying.
I'm just reading this comment that's posted down there from Sentinel.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chick with the tits at the beginning of Freddy vs. Jason. That's great.
Which one was that? Freddy versus Jason?
Yeah, that's when they fight.
Doesn't that guy, what's his name from Supernatural in it?
Is
that the one?
I don't know if anyone was really big from that movie. Of course, he could have been at that point because that was
the
early 2000s.
Not Dean, the other brother, Sam. He played in one of the Jason movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, let's see. I'm looking at the.
He played one of the
right
Friday
now.
the 13th movies.
What's his name?
Oh no, there's an eyeball nipple in the chat.
Eyeball nipple.
Yeah, there's an eyeball nipple in the chat. On the panel.
Oh yeah, I see.
What? Where?
You're it. Shellback, you are now the eyeball nipple.
Dude, it's
'Cause you
not
gotta
showing
go
up
in
that way on the StreamYard. Oh, you
yeah, it is. It is.
It is.
Well, it is to us, yeah.
Hold on. Let me real quick. I'm gonna do.
Hey Orville, yeah, I'm open to others joining. You got someone in mind?
Yeah, I'm talking to Rogues Radio and to Dave and Eric, and they wanted to jump in if you're open to it.
Yeah, share the link.
Okay,
go ahead and share it over.
Rogue Radio. I don't know if I know those guys.
They got some great content, and Dave is actually a. I'll let him explain.
Am I gonna have to leave and then come back?
We gotta share the link. Oh, I guess I have to. Yeah, we'll have to share.
Orville will share it. He's got
YouTube.
the link.
Is Orville? You got to wrench him.
Yeah, I am not using my usual machine.
I already shared it. I'm good, Bear.
Hey, Shellback, I saw your logo for like a second, and then it went away.
Mother bitch.
Freddy vs. Jason. So I don't see. Do you remember what's his name? Jason. Nah, it's not Jason Ritter.
What's who?
Oh,
name?
and
the guy that was in Supernatural. That
just to FYI, in respect to my mom, don't put mother in front of the F. You can go ahead and cuss and all that, but don't use that one. The mother effer and all that. Because my mom does sometimes watch my videos. She is subbed.
What about what about Mother Beach? You mother bitch shit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know
I
this,
do
but
not-
those of I don't like the word using the word Latin descent because it means I need to acknowledge the Spanish in me, and basically of those of Aztec descent and that know that they are. That's all my grandfather knew, and he told me what we were, Aztec Indian, and so it took me many years to find an Aztec elder, and I found one at a powwow a couple years ago. Believe it was the Chief Leshites powwow, and I talked to him, and he told me what our people's real name was. Our people's real name was Mexica, and our nation was the Mexica Nation, and so he told me to get a book, Rebuilding the Mexica Nation, We Will Rise, and it's got the whole language. The name of the language I have a hard time pronouncing because it really wants to tie my tongue in knots. We lose Shellback again?
Did he? Yeah. It looks like he dropped out again.
Yeah, I think he's having
Maybe
problems.
he's trying to fix his. Yeah.
I think he's using his phone, and he needs to have the. I was able to get on a live stream, not in the command seat. There we go. What? There we go. There you are.
He's back, and he's been full turtle.
Yeah, full turtle.
Full turtle mode.
All right, cool.
And so I ran into an elder, and man, this
Yeah.
guy was kind of
and
ancient, and he could dance real good. You know, they did a I can't remember the name of the dance that they did, but it was basically a dance that's done every 52 years, twice. So every 104 years they do it twice.
Whoa. What kind of what are they dancing for?
It's a greeting the sun ceremony. It's a sun ceremony. And according to superstition, that ceremony ensures that the sun will keep burning. There was another. I ran into some Aztec dancers over at a powwow in Seattle a few years ago. This was probably 2003. And they were doing a fire dance. And they had an earthenware jar, pretty big one, slightly smaller than a bucket, not as tall. And they had it lit. And this guy was hopping over this fire in part of the dance. And I literally saw the flames wrapping around his. And the reason why I'm telling this story is because it was at a powwow. It wasn't a ceremony that I was taught or I learned. Otherwise, I would not be talking about it. Just so you know.
Okay, so it's like
I wouldn't be allowed to. Number one.
Right. Got it.
So this was at a powwow, and these were Aztec dancers, Mexica dancers, and the flame was wrapping around this guy's. I was like, say we're standing side by side smoking a cigarette. That's how far this guy was from me. I mean, I was right there. He's right in front of me, and I saw the flame wrapping around his leg. And then when he got up, there was no soot marks, no marks at all. And I was like, wow, that's powerful.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so.
You think it was just because he was like moving so quickly through it, or that?
No, his leg was saturated in the flame. The spirit.
Something else going on.
Spirit.
Yeah.
He had fire spirit going on. He was one with that fire. And being a fire tender for Sweat Lodge, yeah, I've seen some interesting things, and man, that's yeah. You gotta be real,
and
real humble.
He was half asbestos too.
He was an Aztec priest, to be exact. Every Aztec dancer, is considered the Aztec priest in the old Aztec ways, legends.
That's fascinating, bro.
Old ways. Yeah, and I had to learn all this
I'd
stuff
love to
after the
go.
fact because my grandfather didn't know any of this stuff. And I also discovered that Grandpa Cruz was
he
actually
wasn't
Apache.
taught any of it.
He was only told that they were Aztec. That's what happens when a society of people get conquered. They tried real hard to erase us.
Yeah.
They wanted the codexes. They wanted to wipe out the codexes. The codexes were never found. They're still safe. The Aztec elders hid those codexes. They've never been found.
Well, who did? I mean, but there's got to be like a lineage of elders who know they are.
There is. I don't know who they are though. But it's a culture that's coming back.
Indiana Jones, you know.
Oh yeah,
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That'd be like ripe for like an Indiana Jones type.
Well, they've never
story.
really
85.
Other than Mel Gibson making Apocalypto. It was about, I believe that was about the Mayans.
Yeah, that was about the end of the Mayans. No, what was the Crystal Skull? Was that did they go to Peru for that? I don't remember. It's been so
I know
long
it was in South America somewhere.
Yeah, it was South America somewhere. I don't remember if it was Peru or not.
I mean, those of us that like Indiana Jones, normally we'd remember something like that, but it wasn't really that great of a movie.
It was, yeah. It was. I mean, yeah, it wasn't that great.
Because I like it because I like Indiana Jones, and I don't love it, but I like it.
The know-how. If I had the know,
you're fading in and out.
Yeah, you're cutting it
on to edit video in a certain way.
Wow, I hear an echo.
I'd clip like the very ass end of the movie where the ship comes out of the mountain, right?
Yeah,
and I'd replace that ship with like the Millennium Falcon.
Oh man, oh that would have been So that would have been so amazing. Have you do you guys know like the theory of like Han and Indiana Jones and Chewie? That like the Millennium, so the Millennium Falcon gets lost and it ends up on Earth and crash lands in Roswell, New Mexico, and Han dies, and Chewie ends up like getting free and roaming the countryside, and then Indiana Jones finds him, and that's how we get Sasquatch. He's basically he's basically the Sasquatch.
Yeah, I did see like some sort of
and the Millennium Falcon crashing with Roswell.
I did see some sort of meme. I did see some sort of meme where they like put Chewbacca's picture in place of that Sasquatch, that famous like Sasquatch picture. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's probably where they got. Yeah, that's probably where they got the idea from.
And it said something about think about it or something like that was the caption. But
yeah. I think that's that they got that from that. Yeah, that story.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
You ever tried doing?
Then you have the Falcon taken off.
Any of you guys dyslexic?
Yeah, I am.
No, but I'm
basically when you when you do math in your head, it doesn't come out right.
No, it doesn't. That's why I'm terrible in math. I've gotten better over time, but it's a struggle.
Well, it is exactly 23 years since I rolled that escort. 14 after. And guess what song was playing on the radio when I rolled it?
What year was it? 19. What year was it?
It was 23 years ago.
23 years ago from so it was late 90s. So let's see, 1996 or 5?
No. A U2 song. And it's called Uktung Baby.
What? Oh, Uktung Baby.
And you know what Uktung means?
Yeah, Uktung is
warning in German.
That's right. Yeah, warning. Yeah.
It means warning and danger in German.
Look at that. You were getting like a sign.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
And yeah, yep. Yeah, I had a little scratch on my shin, and I had whiplash. That was it.
Achtung. Hey, have you guys seen Man in the High Castle?
Man in the High Castle. Oh man.
No, but
yeah.
I heard it's good.
Is that not Prime?
It's good. Yeah, it is Prime. Yeah,
Who's in it?
yeah.
I keep seeing it on there when I go in
It's
there.
no one really. I mean, there's a couple faces I recognize, but no one that's like no huge actor. But it's really good. So it basically, the basic plot is that it's the world if the Nazis had won the war. It takes place in
Oh, yeah.
1962.
Isn't that based off a book?
So like the Nazis, it may be. I'm not sure. I'm not positive about that. It may be, but the Nazis have been ruling for 20 years, and they have like the I think they call it the New Reich is basically the eastern part of the United States, and then Japan has the western coast, and then in the center's the neutral zone where it's not owned by either, but it's like patrolled. It's kind of like the Wild West, and there's this like underground resistance that starts, and they're getting these tapes, and these tapes are showing the history as like we know it of America winning the war. It's like all
Right.
the newsreel of America winning, and they don't know where it's coming from, who's sending it, if it's propaganda that's just being made, if it's coming, if it's another version of history that's coming from a different timeline or a different dimension. And they just call this guy the Man in the High Castle, is the guy who's sending it out. But it's really good. I started watching it like a little while ago, and I just got back into it. And it's the fourth season's going to be, I think it's the fourth and final season is going to be airing soon. So I'm going back and watching them all. But yeah, it's really cool if you haven't checked it out.
Wow, sounds
It's a nice like alternate. I love the whole like alternate universe. Like what if this would have happened, and then the whole the idea of like the Nazis ruling. It's just fascinating.
Hey,
It's
final.
cool. It's a cool story. It's well written. It's well acted. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause you
it
know
is
what?
supposed to be Peru for Crystal Skull.
Oh, it is Peru for Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
okay. I thought so. I thought it was Peru because Peru has all the elongated skulls and megalithic structures. There's a whole lot of stuff in Peru.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of unusual things there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated in some of that stuff because
Yeah.
before I started watching the Exozone with Gary and Doomcock, I've always watched stuff like that, and it was just
Oh,
like,
I don't even.
okay,
I didn't. Did they have a? Do they have a show together called the Exozone?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, and
And they go over like
Hail
the supernatural
Doomcock.
type. Yeah.
Hail
Hail
Doomcock.
It's very coast to coast like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah,
I will have to check that out.
yeah, and I've never really been a huge studier of it. I just liked watching it. I haven't really stored none of the knowledge behind it. It's just fascinating. I couldn't quote anything to you or tell you about it, but I've watched it and it's really cool. They cover coast to coast. They cover a variety of stuff to do with UFOs, UFO connected with pyramids and
Mhm.
forgotten times back in the ancient past. The fact that there's
Oh man, that's. I would love to chat with them on that.
there's actual
That's cool.
civilization that they're finding that's anywhere from 9,000 to 20,000 years old, and they're saying that humans weren't creating towns and habitats up until about
Yeah.
4,000 years ago.
Well, some of the other stuff they found is like they're finding that somehow the technology was way more advanced than our history tells us it was.
And they're
interesting
saying the stuff that they're finding, like it's like threaded bolts and pieces of machinery that's wrapped in fossilized stone. How does that
Yeah.
happen?
How
I
does
mean,
that work?
technical
Yeah.
stuff, and we're talking like microns. The stuff that was fossilized. I mean, we wouldn't be able to reproduce it in today's technology. It was so fine
Yeah.
and so small.
Yeah. Well, there's some of the megalithic structures in Peru are made of andesite, which is like the hardest stone on Earth, or one of the top. It's like in the top 5, if not the hardest stone on Earth. And these things, you can see this. You can go online and see this, but you can actually go to Peru and check this out. They're cut with such precision that they make perfect curves, and they're fit together in a way that would be impossible for them to have been able to do with the technology we know that they had, and it would be hard pressed for us to do even with laser technologies. It would take a lot. We could do it, but it would take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And these things were cut in such a way that you couldn't even put a piece of paper in between the cracks. It was that thin and that fine. And I mean, it's impossible for that to be possible with the technology we have today. See, Shell, take it away.
Laser.
Laser.
Yeah, I thought you were frozen a second there.
He was just waiting for his moment.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Because I didn't hear your reactions to it. I don't think you guys did. You guys see the Mandalorian trailer? I mean,
actually, we were going to talk about that.
Yes, we were going to talk about that. Yeah.
Tommy's in the chat. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, what's up, Tommy?
Hail,
yes,
Tommy.
It's good. Hail, Tommy. Yeah, I got a trial on Disney Plus, and apparently it looks like my mom really likes it, so we're going to share the account.
Is Tommy here? That means Zod's stream must be over. We should snatch some of the. Should send Proper another.
Hey, Tommy, is Zod's stream still
see if
going?
any of those guys want to jump on too. I imagine if Tommy's here, it's probably ended.
I don't know. There's a chance that it's still going. I mean, that guy doesn't know when to call it quits sometimes.
Oh, it just ended.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see if anyone else wants to join from that stream.
Yeah. So yeah, I tried a few different things, and then I wanted to see basically if my TV actually had, because I've got a Samsung smart TV, and they have Disney Plus on there. So I was like, cool. Because for a minute there, I thought I didn't have it.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were having a lot of problems with it.
Just out of curiosity, is everybody using a headset?
I have an earpiece in.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because I noticed that when someone's using a speaker, that's where I get the echo.
Oh, it's me. Is it me?
I don't know. Are you using earpiece or speaker?
Yeah, I'm using my PC. I'll put it on a headset.
Oh, I just every now and then I just noticed the echo, and it was like I noticed that sometimes when I'm on the phone, on the cell phone, I get that going on, and a lot of times I just think it's like signal bounce and stuff like that. But yeah, so I installed it on my TV. It's like, okay, trial. I'll do that, and because basically it goes through PayPal, and here's what's cool about PayPal. If I'm trying a trial and then I want to cancel it and I don't really get the cancel on time, you can talk with PayPal and says, hey, they weren't supposed to charge me and all that, and you will get a refund. That's why I like PayPal, because it guarantees your purchases.
Yeah, PayPal's good.
But you got to be really fast on the mark. You can't say a month in after they charge you. It's like you can't do that. They're like, no.
Yeah, you got to prove you're not a swindler.
Because the same thing happened with me with I was trying the AVG program, and it had gone past the 60-day trial, and they charged, and I could have swore there was a box that said cancel after the trial over, and so I got my money back. So that's all that mattered to me.
Stephen Walton in the chat. He's awake.
Hey, you're awake.
Why I should be sleeping.
It's like there's a link in the creator chat.
Yeah, if you want to jump on and lose some more sleep, we're here for you.
Yeah, we're here to help you lose some sleep.
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, so has sleep is for the weak. Has everyone seen Mandalorian?
Yeah, I've seen it too.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys rate it?
Now, is that on a cough system or a star system? That was a joke. Basically, if it's 4 coughs out of 5, it's good, real good. We're talking about stars. We talking 5 stars or 10 stars? If it was stars, I would probably say it's 7.5 stars out of 10, maybe.
That's what I would agree with that. I'd say it's like 7.5 out of 10. Yeah.
And I think it was Gary that said that it kind of clipped along like a cartoon almost.
Well, you did have Dave Filoni directing it.
So I didn't. It's like I wasn't quite sure what Gary meant by that until I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
I'd say 8 or better.
I wouldn't go that far. There was a woke moment in there.
Negative, or at least
there
I
was.
didn't.
Yes, there was. Watch it again.
Nothing woke popped out at me.
There was a man bad moment in there. It was subtle, but it was there. It was there.
Let's talk about it.
Because I didn't notice it.
Tell us about it.
What is the name of the guy that teaches the Mandalorian how to ride that weird?
Oh, it's like Coil or something. I think
it was
Kuill.
Yeah, it was during those there. It was during the interaction.
Nick Nolte's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go back and rewatch that scene because it's definitely there. I mean, it's subtle. You got to really be paying attention, but it is there. There is some.
Yeah, I didn't really pick up on any. I didn't really pick up on anything like that.
You probably won't. You got to be looking for it because it is very subtle.
The only
if you're looking for shit like that, you're gonna find something. You know.
They didn't always used to go to the bad father thing. Man bad. They didn't always used to go to that.
I guess I'm just kind of tired of actually trying to find shit wrong with stuff, you know. But
no, I don't have to try to find shit wrong with stuff. It's either very obvious, and then after you've been burnt out by all this BS in TV shows and movies, and let's call it what it is. It's a bunch of fucking BS is what it is. And I watch TV shows and movies to get away from the real freaking world. I don't want my imagination bubble to be popped. And when they start putting everyday real world stuff in there, or they put, see, I'm a dad, I'm a father, I've got kids. And when they start putting that stuff in there, man bad, man did this bad, or he's a bad father this, or a bad father that, even if it comes up into the conversation, it's got nothing to do with the story. It doesn't help that story move along at all. It's not even important. And the only reason why they put stuff in there like that is for their little propaganda.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, if
hey, Stevie J,
I remember watching
Stevie J.
I remember watching that scene, and I mean, I mean, if there's that type of stuff, you know, I'll usually pick up on it, but you know, if I just, you know. Honestly, watching that whole entire episode, I did not get any.
Okay, we're gonna get into I'm gonna explain some things. Hey, Steven. There you are.
I'm coming in to say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Steve.
Hey guys.
So how you doing, man?
It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm sitting on a peninsula in Maryland. I have to be up at 7. I should not be awake.
Yeah, snap pictures. Get pictures. We want to see that.
You want to see me?
I cut out.
In the morning, when you get up, you said you're on the peninsula. There's got to be some vistas. Take some pictures and let us see that. That's cool. There are certain areas in the East Coast that I've been to that are just freaking beautiful. So anyway,
Well,
I'm gonna get into some subculture stuff and some drug culture stuff, and it's got to do, with the Haight-Ashbury area. It's got to do with hallucinogens. Now, the government tried using hallucinogens for brainwashing. Okay.
Yeah.
But what they learned,
I've read about that.
What they learned, they started a whole subculture. The government did it. They gave them all this candy. And
Yeah.
Jefferson Airplane came out of it. Grateful Dead came out of it. Hot Tuna came out of it. They were from Jefferson Airplane. And then you had Electric Hot Tuna. These were all acid bands. They all did their own thing. They were here. Middle finger for you if you don't like it. I'm doing this my way. This is how I'm doing it. If you don't like it, oh well. That's what Jerry Garcia pretty much thought about everybody. I'm going to do what I like, and I'm going to have fun doing it because I'm not hurting nobody. And that was his general attitude about stuff. And so they tried using that stuff for mind control. And you see, when people are freeing their minds in that way, when they do those hallucinogens, there's a reason why native cultures did ceremony with hallucinogens. It's because it freed their mind and allowed them to do things and go places. Same thing.
I think that the government was also trying to they were trying to get people to be able to remote view things as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a different program. That's a different program.
Yeah, but I think they were also using drugs to do that.
That's probably
well.
something we shouldn't really talk about. Okay. We'll keep that real subtle on that one. But that's an actual real thing.
Yeah.
And I know people that has talked about it before. Yeah. So when people are using those kinds of things, you cannot control them. They cannot be brainwashed. So you had a whole subculture full of people that they couldn't brainwash. And so with TV the way it is now, beings that I was probably part of the biggest cult that people thought was a cult. I followed the Grateful Dead. But there's a lot of people that free think. And there was a lot of free thinking going on. And that's probably what I was attracted to. It was the free thinking. Think for yourself. Don't let others think for you. And that's what we have going on in our pop culture now. They're trying to use this subtle stuff laced in with our TV shows and our movies, and they're trying to brainwash us. Because basically, and it's like with frogs. If people boil frogs, you don't put them in boiling water. You slowly bring the water up to a boil. They'll never jump out. Well, that's what they're doing with TV and movies. They're adding a little tiny bit here and there until eventually all of us just accept it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm not accepting it. I'm not.
Well, their plans don't always work out like they want them to.
So when you have voices that start saying, I'm not going to accept that. That's not normal. That's not right. Stop doing that. And so you got a bunch of people that are saying, hey, we want good written entertainment. Don't put that stuff in our movies and our TV shows. And when they're losing, that's when they start calling us names, start calling us racist. Hey, man, I'm an alt-right racist. They're calling me a Nazi. Guess what? I have multiple cultures. Aztec Indian, Apache, Spanish, a little tiny bit of French, 2% Jewish,
L'chaim.
Scottish, English, Irish. Okay. So I hate myself then. Is that it? You know?
God, Barry, in like 5 minutes you
Self-loathing.
touched in like 5 minutes you touched on about 3 or 4 different half-hour long subjects.
Mhm.
I'd like to just briefly go over. First off, deconstruction has been a thing in philosophy since ancient Greece. Deconstructing the world around you in order to reinterpret it because of all of the different mental blocks that one creates as they grow through age. Many mystics believe that there are 2 times in a person's life when they are most open to everything, not just the mundane. And that would be when a person is very young and when a person is very old. You're very young because you have not built all of the different mental walls. You have not conditioned yourself, or your family, society, or tribe has not conditioned what is and is not, so that you interpret those things as being real or not real. And then in old age, because you have been through so much in your life, you have garnered so much experience that you can see through the bullshit and understand what is real and what is not real, not just the construction that society places on you. What was the other thing? The other thing was the conditioning within with movies and media. That's been going on since the 1800s. Misinformation campaigns used since the invention of the printing press, actually.
Yep.
And but now it's on
movies.
I'm going
to.
Slow down, dude.
God.
Dude,
Who invited this guy?
Look, slow the fuck down for a minute. When you talk about media, oh, I'm sorry, I had to track back because it's actually further back than cinema that has been going on. Since the invention of the printing press, people have used those types of information technologies. You can even go back to telegraph. People have been using misinformation in order to skew public perception of different events, or to change people's views and outlooks on world events. So not world events, but at least societal events. Once you get into the era of cinema, I mean, even as far back as the black and white silent movies, the same thing has been going on, especially during the times of the 30s and the 40s, and the government began to understand the power of that medium and use it to condition people. If you go back, I remember seeing reels back from the 40s and the 50s about gay people, about the gay disease, how they were, sick people that would go after your children and molest your children. You have to protect your children from these people in society. Reefer Madness, there's another one that tried to pump out misinformation about marijuana, and that was due to the lumber companies who wanted to get rid of hemp contractors, because hemp paper is actually the hemp plants can produce better and more paper per acre than actual wood. Lumber companies didn't like that because they weren't selling. Also, before corded steel, hemp rope was used in the United States Navy and was the most powerful rope for durability and longevity before corded steel was invented. Plenty of these things.
There was an actual law where every state had to grow hemp.
Yep. So, and it was a crop that was grown by many of the presidents the presidents from the early country, the early formation of the United States. And as far as MK Ultra, you were touching on using drugs to mentally condition people. I used to work with a gentleman who was a Vietnam vet. God bless the vets. He was a paratrooper. He told me that they were giving drugs to the soldiers in Vietnam all the time, man. You had to be. He said. Wow. He said, Steve, let me tell you, you got to be crazy to jump out of an airplane into a jungle. They used to give us drugs, psychedelics all the time. I've been with people that had mental fucking breakdowns and shot friends.
Yeah, and I have to state right now, I cannot confirm or deny whether I know anything about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what I was told by a Vietnam veteran. And this guy I worked with for several years, and I love this dude. And I don't think he was lying to me. But so many things you touched on that I could be sitting here talking about for hours.
I mean, you wonder sometimes, like with what you're saying, Stephen, if like the PTSD thing, is there more to it than just the experience? Are they having like a hallucinogenic flashback from something they were given? It's interesting. I,
think-
don't
Well,
know.
not always.
Not always. Justin's right.
No,
It's
I mean, not always.
that.
I'm saying, yeah, there's other things that can trigger that, but I wonder if that also could be something that comes into play if it's not, if it's enhanced by that.
Oh, absolutely.
I forget what state it's happening in, but there's one state where they are. I think it's psilocybin. They're going to be legalizing for treatment for PTSD.
What are they going to be doing?
They're going to be legalizing for treatment of PTSD as a medical procedure. Psilocybin, psychedelic mushroom for PTSD.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I've read that article. I know what you're talking about. I've read that as well.
It's been a few months since I read it, but
yeah, it was a few months ago. I remember I've read that. Yeah, where it was mushrooms they were using.
I don't know if any of you know
factor.
But I get little problems with PTSD every now and then. And more than just people in the military have PTSD. It's not strictly associated with military. Although people in the military do tend to get it, and I've had help from people that were in the military that helped me out.
It's just like specialization. Back a long time ago, back in tribal society, you had your tribal elders, and they were your lawyers, your judges, they were your doctors, they were everything. And as society has grown, we have broken down these different specialities into different groups. So now the tribal elder could be a doctor or a lawyer or a judge or a mayor, because we have specialized all these things. And it's the same thing with the military as the military has grown. Where at one time they just said, hey, let's grab that unit over there and pump them full of a bunch of drugs and see what happens. Now they don't do that to the general military. Now they have special groups. Now they have different places where they do that type of research, where they get test subjects. I mean, it's just an evolution of doctrine. When you go back far enough, like Bear was talking about, into the 60s or the 50s, the 70s, then you see a lot of that experimentation with different types of psychedelics and different drugs being used on troops to see the reaction, trying to create maybe a super soldier. But I'm pretty sure those things are still happening, but they're just on a much smaller scale and on black sites that we'll never even know the names of.
I just wanted to say, Bear, like, I just wanted to pop in just for a minute. I just want to wish you like the happiest of birthdays. Oh shoot, someone just stepped out. Sorry about that. Okay.
Like, you bored Orville?
You're right, man.
Leaving.
No, he's I saw it in the private.
No, he's taking care of his youngin. His youngin's not feeling good.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope he gets better.
Me too.
Anyways, Bear, I just want to wish you a happy birthday, dude. It's getting a little late, but I gotta get going. I know I was only here for like a couple minutes.
This live stream was kind of spontaneous. I wasn't necessarily gonna do it, but then final message, and this time of year, it's not a great time of year for me. A lot of bad shit happened to me this time of year. So yeah,
well, I'm sorry to hear that, but
I wasn't even 19, and one of my best friends passed away 2 days before my birthday. So that's been 23 years. No, more than that, long time. But
that's not something that you get over easy.
No, not when that someone was someone that you broke bread with, you had coffee with, and me and a bunch of friends hung out at lunchtime. Because we were adults living in an adult world, we weren't in high school, and and we were going to an adult high school because furthering one's education was a good thing, and we'd hang out, and so we'd have lunch together, stuff like that, break bread, and then all of a sudden that one person's gone, and that happened to me at a very young age. I wasn't even 19 yet. Then I turned 19. I think his funeral was like on my birthday.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. And a few years later, I had a friend die on my 21st birthday. So yeah, there's some memories there. Hey, Orville Nation, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Just want to
Hail Orville Nation.
Hail Orville.
Hail the Orville. I am an Orville friendly channel.
So you coming by wishing me a happy birthday, that's good. Someone said that Zod's not feeling good.
General Zod?
But remember
I think Tommy said that.
Yeah, he wasn't just got over being sick not that long ago.
Yeah,
he pushes himself way too much. He needs to take it easy, get some rest.
Zod is great. Yeah, Zod is great, man. He's a great entertainer.
Yes, he is.
He loves his subscribers.
I would have gone over there had this not been going on.
He
it
he probably got too much unicorn horn in a black hole or something.
Hey, he's got the invite thing. He's part of our chat that we have with Mama Bear.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to step out, but I just want to wish you a happy birthday, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's about time that you reclaim your birthday.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. This year was the hardest for some reason, and I don't remember it being this hard. So yeah,
I feel like
well, then let's help you make it flaccid.
Yeah, dig it.
This will be the only time that you'll want that to happen.
Take the blue pill.
No, the red. Oh, okay.
Hey, what if it wasn't?
Tommy, I feel bad. I just read Tommy's
Hey, you said
comment. Sorry, man.
You said take the blue
Tommy.
pill, but what if I told you it was square and it had 4 different colors? Orange, yellow, red, and blue. I do believe.
Take
All
care,
right,
Justin.
All right, good night, folks. Have a great
Good night,
You
Justin.
too.
Do you want to do the honors of kicking me?
Bye proper.
Okay, I'll just go.
Thanks for
See
stopping
ya.
by, brother.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Yeah, now get the fuck out.
You too, man.
Justin's great, man. Ugh, he's a good cat.
Yeah,
I've talked to him on the phone a couple times.
We might hang out. He's over in my neck of the woods. We're actually pretty close to each other, so I think we might try to get together.
I loved it back in the day when Anna, that Star Wars girl, used to butcher his last name.
Oh God, Shellback's an OG. Yeah, man. I remember that.
She's like,
was it intentional?
No. She's like, I think she said something about dyslexia or something like that, and but she's like, she'd be like, Justin Scrooter.
Oh man.
Hey, welcome back, Sentinel.
Yeah, it's I know people that take death hard. My ex, she relives every death when somebody passes away. Like she just relives it. So Bear, when you talk about that, I understand. I dig what you're saying, man. I
know you do.
I'm like opposite, I guess. We've discussed, what we've discussed things, Bear. We know a little bit about each other. And so being the type of person that I am, I wall that stuff out. And I've got a buddy of mine, my best friend since I was 16. He passed away 5 years ago. He was put in jail for something he did not do, and by a jealous woman who he was going to be leaving her because she was terrible for him. I mean, all of us spoke out against this terrible person, but she would go online. She would do things like, oh, you know what? I don't even want to really go into it, but she would set people up to be arrested. Like that was her thing. She was very, very haggard, very angry woman. She would keep my friend sedated on pills and alcohol. He had a bit of a problem himself with alcohol, but she would keep him sedated with drugs and alcohol so that he would just be complacent. And then as soon as he got out of that stupor, thank God, and was ready to leave her, she set him up, got him arrested. He was sitting in jail for something he did not do, had a brain aneurysm, and died.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. And to this day, I still haven't been able come to terms with it. But like that's how I handled death. And I used to be really crap about how people when people were like really upset when someone died. Like I used to, because I can't accept those emotions. They're too deep for me.
Right.
So I wall them out. But you know, over time, as I've gotten older, I just understand that people are different and people deal with those types of things in different ways. So I have a healthy respect and understanding for people who, you know, who relive death at that time of year, or when another person passes away, and it just compounds it. And you know, so I just want, you know, man, much love. We love you, Bear. I understand what you're going through. I'm always here for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Sporking News Podcast is in the chat.
Did he just wake up? What's up, Scott? I just woke up.
I think he just woke up.
My
It's
stomach was upset.
12:50 though.
My stomach was upset, and I had to go and then I go outside and have a smoke, and then boom, Bears live. Here I am.
Tell them there's
It's
the
funny,
invite.
because when we started,
There's an invite in the creator chat.
yeah. When we started this thing, Bear and I were saying like, well, everyone else in the fourth wave is asleep right now, and then here we are, like an hour and a half later, and you guys are just waking up.
Yeah, the call went out.
Sport, don't you mean nut jobs?
Oh my God, we're taking blue pills tonight, Sport.
Don't you mean nut jobs?
Hell you butt jobs.
I guess it all depends on what you're into.
No. What's the song? There's a song that sings about that.
Are we doing a show
Hell you
tonight?
butt jobs.
Since we're all kind of here, are we doing a show tonight?
Yeah.
I think we're doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see the thumbnail?
No, I haven't seen anything, man.
Look in the creator. Oh, you're on your phone. But yeah, when you get a chance, check out the thumbnail. It's in the creator chat. I put it in there.
Okay.
Tommy said he's going to wake up more people. Do I need to retweet? I'm going to wake up more people. Oh, yeah. Sporking's on his way to work right now. Oh, man.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, it's like, 3:52 in the morning. Yowza.
Oh, wow.
It is 3:52 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Are we doing a show
That
later?
was weird.
I think we are. Oh, and I don't know if we try to talk about it in the fourth wave chat, but like we're switching it up to 2 days. I guess everybody knows that. So it's gonna be like Wednesday and Saturday, but we're trying to work around your time, everybody's time, so that we all have a chance to be on. But are you on
Saturday? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow I work. I think 6 my time, 6 Pacific time.
Okay,
so if we did it at like it depends on when you guys want to do it, but like if you did 4 and yeah.
4,
yeah.
So 4 would be 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Is that okay, Bear?
And I can jump on for a few hours.
You mentioned numbers.
I know we're talking about we're talking about your time zone.
Yeah, time zone. What were the numbers you mentioned? You got to remember, when I hear numbers, they just bounce around.
4 Pacific.
What day?
Tomorrow. Today.
Or today.
Hey, I haven't been to bed yet, so it's still tomorrow for me.
Oh, okay. Yes,
it's
that's what Sporking said. He just watched The Mandalorian last night. I'm like, last night? It's still tonight. Well, I guess it's technically
4 a.m.
or today. Yeah, even for us, I guess it's Wednesday.
Yeah, and then Saturday we're going to do it early, so that everybody has a chance to be on Saturdays.
Yeah, I will tell you this: Saturdays are hit or miss for me, because either Saturday I have my stepdaughter, or it's Sunday that I have my stepdaughter. It's switching back and forth. And my time, we normally have her for about 4 hours.
Well, we'll juggle it. We'll figure it out.
Because it's kind of been fluid. It goes back and forth. It's hard to say.
Because I know, Fridays we do great that first hour, and then
Yeah, it's tough. We run into a lot of people on Friday.
Well, everybody crosses streams. I remember when I first started doing this. That's what everybody was talking about. Oh, you're going to cross stream with this person. You're going to cross stream with this person. And then at some point in the last 3 months, people were just like, "Oh, screw it. I'm just going to go whenever we go."
Yeah, because you can't avoid everybody.
No, you can't avoid everybody. It's healthy for competition. You've got, if you've got 4 decent people running a live stream that have dedicated viewers, then it's like flipping the channel on the TV, man. It's like, what do I want to watch tonight? It's healthy.
Yep, giving them options.
A little bit of competition.
That's what we're here to do. Just give them a little competition, give them little options.
Yeah, the fourth wave will take over, though, guys. Just understand, we're taking
over. I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
we gotta take out one of my favorite things to watch is the drunks. Was it like a drunken couple black guys and a drunk?
Some black guys and a drunk.
Yeah, some black guys and a drunk. Yeah, that's
the greatest show on YouTube. The greatest show on YouTube, man.
That's what I said too. Yeah, I agree. It's fun. When Abu goes off and starts freestyling, it's unbelievable, man. He's talented.
Drunk is the only guy that I'm actually a Patreon of.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, rightfully so.
I'm a patron of Gary at Nerdrotic and Doomcock.
Beautiful.
Dude, I saw Doomcock. I was on his live stream the other night. He had 6,000 or something.
Man, Gary shouted me out the other day. I guess he used something out of one of my videos to title his live stream with, because he was talking about.
Oh, nice.
He was reading an article. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I love Gary. He was reading an article about box office fatigue. One of the Access Media sites was trying to spin that whole, well, people are just tired of going to the movies, and that's why all movies are losing money. Like, no. It's identity politics fatigue. It's Hollywood bullshit fatigue. That's what it is. And I think he used it in one of his live streams. He was the title of one of his live streams. And then he said, "Oh, I got to give credit to Stephen Walton." I was like, "Oh, thank you." It always feels good when one of the big guys say your name.
Darn right, yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're all just dudes and chicks. Like Kiki, man. Kiki, 5 videos. Kiki, 5 videos. She got almost 2,000 subs. God bless her.
Yeah. Well,
she did what?
She was on for a month, and she was Geeks and Gamers picked her up.
Yeah.
I mean, she's good though. I mean, she's got good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not hating. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, I know.
The Phantom Menace is so misogynist. We're so sexist.
What's that show?
We're so sexist that if you're a chick, you're a good-looking chick, and you have boobs, you can get 2 grand subs in a heartbeat. All right, that's how sexist we are. You put out 4.
That's our sexist nature.
You could have dudes struggling for 6 months to build a channel, putting out videos almost every day, pouring their heart, struggling to get 500. But we're so sexist that if you got breasts and a good-looking face, boom, you got 2K subs and a Geeky Gamer contract. No.
Dude, I love what is Shell doing? Steven's talking about big breasts, and then Shell's got
not.
That's perfect.
Size, man. Look, all right, so
2 conflicting ideas.
Shell don't need the blue pill. No, and I'm not hating. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. Nobody clip this up and be like, "Oh, look, he's a mistake." No, I'm not hating at all. Don't hate the player. I don't hate the player or the game. You know what I mean? That's not my issue here. It's just you see, I've run into, since I've been doing this, I've run into some creators who get I don't want to say butthurt. They get discouraged because they work very hard on their channels, and there's like a slow tick of a growth. And they, and I've seen the wrong kind of thinking happen around me. Yeah, I've seen that wrong kind of thinking where it's like, oh, well, how come this big guy isn't shouting me out, or how come I can't get on this live stream, or this person would really help me. When it really comes down to it, it's all you. It's all a product of you and your brand. Like, you're responsible for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I've never asked the big guys to really shout my channel out. I want people to subscribe to me because of me. I honestly want that genuine core audience. That's what I want to know, that I can do it myself. But it is indisputable fact. I don't care who you are, and this is not sexist to say that geeks and nerds are traditionally thirsty people. All right, we're thirsty men, and that if you have a pretty boobs, you can get 2 grand subs with 5 video. Boom, like nothing.
I mean, I think you still have to be good though. I think especially in our community, I don't think that's gonna, because we're like so opposed to like all that crap that I think obviously it helps if you have that, but it ultimately comes down to like you gotta have the talent.
You gotta have
really. Yeah,
he's a true geek. She's a gamer. She's
yeah.
She's married. She's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I was watching like the Call of Duty stream. I was like, man, she can game.
Yeah, I was scared.
Do you guys realize how many notifications that I get?
From what?
YouTube notifications.
Oh yeah.
And so I try to catch what I try to catch when it pops up, and if basically when I'm editing a video, sometimes I go into tunnel mode. And
it's like the rapid fire sometimes.
Yeah.
Everyone, like there's like 5 people going live at the same time.
Bing. One day my phone literally went bing, 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 bing. I'm like, holy cow. It was one after another. It was Twitter and it was YouTube, because I have those turned on my phone. And it went off. I'm like, wow.
You got to highlight Sport King's comment there. I will hoe myself out for subs. I will hoe myself out for subs. We know.
Look, we're going to put you in a dress and some lipstick, Scott.
All right.
And you on the YouTube corner.
Being that you're saying that you're a hoe, now check this out. Come season, we're going to use you to break the ground and then plant crops.
I'm sorry, Scott. But I could never purchase your services because I'm a hair puller. So
he's got a beard.
Well, shit, I forgot about that.
He's got his beard.
I've been going through so much stress, guys. I'm looking at my hairline going, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking.
I don't know. Have you guys seen
not for kids?
Have you seen the whole kids thing? Dude, I know. Really? I saw Doomcock did like a. I think he reposted a video. Someone doing a video on.
Yeah,
how
I've
that's
shared
gonna
the same video.
Channel.
Gary shared it. I checked the video out too, and I looked at all the comments. When I checked it, it had 2,000 dislikes.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
So YouTube is now changing how they're operating. Where if you post a video, next time you post a video, you'll see like a warning at the top of it, and it's saying that like you have to. I think you have to like verify that it's kid friendly or that the video is kid friendly. It's something where they can kind of censor, what they want to be able to. It's a way to kind of get control, I guess, over what's being put out on the channel. But
yeah, but they have YouTube Kids.
Yeah, but this is going beyond that.
From what I hear, you never check that box.
Yeah, I haven't. I've just ignored it each time. I put 2 videos up today, and I didn't check it, and it seemed to be fine. But
yeah, I never noticed that.
It's going to get to the point to where it won't let you.
Yeah, I think that's.
And your video will not. Basically, when I uploaded a video, I didn't click anything. My video thumbnail would not post on Facebook, and it would not post on Twitter.
Your thumbnail wouldn't?
It would not at all whatsoever. So I use my little workaround I use. So the that one little finger's put up, and then it flew like a bird to them. You know what I'm saying? In my subliminal kind of way, I'm saying things. So yeah, and I had a real hard time, and the thumbnail would not show. So I just used the thumbnail I had, uploaded the picture, put the link in there. So it got the general message across.
Oh, well.
But your thumbnail.
What the Sendo, that comment, the ASMR, that's like the microphone thing, like the real super sensitive microphones, right?
It's
Audio sensory microphone. It's something like that, right? Where
it's when you talk all sensual and soft and stuff.
Right.
Oh my god!
But it's like really like high. It's like really high def microphones. They pick up like every single little sound, and it's supposed to like affect your sensories. That's the in thing now, huh? That's what the kids are into.
Listen, I don't know what live stream it was. I don't know why this reminded me of that. I have no idea why.
Here, I'll put that. It's in the live. It's in the chat.
Okay, but there was this. Oh God, who? I'm not sure it was Ryan's channel. It was Justin. It was Justin Proctor's channel, where they read rap lyrics, as, like poetry. You guys.
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was his. Yeah, I was in that chat.
That
Yeah,
video.
that was good.
That video link I posted talks about the child safe or not child safe.
And, that's okay. That's the one that Doomcock posted.
Yeah.
Too.
Gary shared it. Doomcock posted it, and a few others also shared Gary's and shared Doomcock's. And
yeah,
I would
like
to bring up the irony of a character named Doomcock talking about child safety.
Yeah.
And as far
his name alone is gonna ban him from YouTube.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's why he had to change his the name of his channel to Overlord DVD.
What?
Victor Van Doomcock. Yep.
Right.
He used to be Doomcock, you know, and he'd like, you know, hashtag Doomcock and stuff. And they
I never noticed that.
They freaking flagged his ass or something, so that's why he changed it to Overlord DVD because of you know, because of you know, the latter half of that name. Yeah.
You know what? I might not have been a fan of his that early. That's crazy. Because I've always known him as Overlord DVD. I've known him so long that we used to joke that if he was any older, it'd have to be Overlord Betamax. Thank God somebody was old enough to know that.
I got it. Yeah, I was just talking with a Betamax about Betamax the other day.
Overlord VHS. Yeah.
It's kind of why I kind of wait for a product to get some gravitas before I buy it. Yeah. Yeah, gravitas.
Same thing happened with Laserdisc too.
Yeah, some of us are old enough to be Overlord 8-track.
Hey, I listened to 8-tracks when I was a kid.
My dad had 8-tracks.
I had almost every AC/DC, every hardcore rock and roll you can think of.
The one that I remember having was Hall & Oates Private Eyes. I had a Hall & Oates Private Eyes 8-track.
We had that on record.
Yeah, that was one of their better albums. I didn't like their new stuff, but I loved all their old stuff.
Yeah.
Their new stuff was too bubblegummy.
Yeah.
That's an 80s term.
I honestly think the only 8-track that I ever listened to, my dad had a bunch of them in an 8-track player, was Iron Butterfly.
Oh, man.
We had some of that. We had some of that. Yeah.
Used to love that.
Yeah, I had an 8-track player at my grandma's house. I had an 8-track player at my house. 8-track player in the car. So yeah, for years they were always around. Had an old mom and dad had an old '78 brown Mercury Marquis, Grand Marquis, and man, that car was a freaking boat. But it had an awesome sound system and an 8-track player. I got to drive.
Yeah, Tommy said he still has vinyls at his dad's house. Vinyls are big again now.
Yes, they are. They're making record players again.
Man, I
Mhm.
used to have so
I
many.
actually have one.
They were actually
used to-
getting kind of hard to find for a little while, but they started bringing them back.
Yeah, now they're like, yeah.
Dude, my dad's
And
house
they're-
half burnt down. It burnt out. I had the Thriller picture album. I had albums like T-Rex, Ziggy Stardust, Dark Side
yeah.
of the Moon. I had all kinds of cool vinyl, and then it all melted away. So pissed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like classic ones.
Yeah. You know what I would really like to do is like from one of the music groups, or maybe even Bob Weir himself, get permission from him, or if they have like outtakes, musical outtakes, and get permission.
They're dead.
Yes, or just Bob Weir. He's got a studio.
Yeah, but I've heard Bob Weir's a tough guy I've heard he's a difficult guy.
He is.
He's kind of a, I mean, I like him because, obviously he's Grateful Dead and classic. But,
I've been eye to eye with that guy.
A-hole. Have you? I was going to ask you that if you'd ever.
I've never
knowing,
met him,
that you've got
met
the
him
connections.
in person, but I've been very close, and he's seen me, and I saw him. I know damn well he's seen me because we had a aha moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was at a Rat Dog concert, and I was dancing my ass off like a crazy wild man, every color of the rainbow and all that. And here's this guy dancing with his eyes closed. Stop, stand still, threw his head back and looked at Bob Weir as he threw his head back. It was an aha moment,
That's cool.
And it was a lot of fun, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Disco,
And I've only been to 2 shows sober. And when I say sober, I mean acid, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shit, I think the last time
I just saw Dead and Company this past summer.
I
out here
haven't
at
seen
the
them
Hollywood
yet,
Bowl.
but I've been listening. They're putting some good stuff out there.
Yeah, it's a good show. They've got what's his name playing on guitar? Oh crap, what's his name? I wouldn't listen to his stuff otherwise. It's but he's really good in the band.
Oh my God! Why am I live streaming on YouTube at 4 a.m? Oh God! I've got to build a freaking.
What are you talking
store in
about?
3
It's
hours.
only 1:15.
I know. For you guys, it is, but I'm not a different part of it.
What side?
Hey, sometimes I have a way of making.
Oh, Sporking
things
said he might
happen.
jump on in a few. Yeah, look at this. I know. Look at this. Just kind of got this stream together last minute. And
the last time that I actually
John Mayer. That's it, John Mayer.
It was in 2004 was the last show that I went to. Believe it was.
Yeah, Dead and Company's good if you get a chance to see him. Yeah, they've got John Mayer on guitar and singing a lot of the Jerry stuff. But it's good.
Yeah,
I like John Mayer.
John Mayer's pretty good. He's real good, and he's humble, and he's really, really friendly to the fans. That's what a lot of people like about him.
Yeah, he's
he reminds me of a lead guitarist, Bob Weir, because Bob Weir is a rhythm guitarist, and he does that funk style rhythm and that bluegrass, and that's what John Marr reminds me of, a lead guitarist version of Bob Weir in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he's got that good bluesy sound.
I will tell you this: I have met one of the guitarists for Rat Dog, Bob Weir's band.
Yeah, I think those guys are part of the Dead and Company.
And because right now, O'Teal is the bass player for Dead and Company. I'm having a hard time.
And he's in them too, right? Isn't he part of Bob Weir's band?
Rat Dog?
Yeah.
No, not traditionally.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay.
He could be lately, but before it was
Maybe he is
somebody
now.
else.
Okay.
Man, what the hell is his freaking name? He just beat cancer too. Spork, Bob Weir is not a lead guitarist. He's a rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
The reason why John is better is because John's an actual lead guitarist. But Bob Weir is a rhythm guitarist. That's very different. He hated doing leads. Bob Weir did. But when Jerry passed away, when he was the leader of the band, he kind of had to be the lead guitarist a little bit here and there. So I watched Bob Weir goes through some growing pains after that. Our Papa died, man. That's kind of what we looked at Jerry as,
Yeah.
That was a hard thing.
My parents were into the Grateful Dead. I had the very first song I ever liked from them before I began looking back was Touch of Grey, because I was an MTV kid, and Touch of Grey was an awesome video.
Yeah.
And then
they played that a lot.
Yeah, they had fun making that too.
I believe they all had fun doing everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I've only been to 2 shows where I wasn't on any hallucinogens. Actually, 3. I went to.
Do you remember all the shows that you were on?
I've been to 42 Grateful Dead shows. I've been to 20-something further shows, and I've been to 10 Rat Dog shows. I've been to 3 Jerry Garcia band shows before he passed.
So let me ask you this: Are you a fan of Fish? How do you feel about Fish?
I don't like Fish. I like a couple of the musicians. I like some of their stuff, but I don't really care for the crowd they get.
Okay.
I like Fish.
Like Trent played. Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. I've seen him.
Yeah,
in
we know
December.
you like Fish filleted and fried in the pan, right? Okay.
Yeah. But Trent played with the Dead, I think, on the reunion tour. I think he filled in for like Jerry's parts for that reunion tour they did a few years ago.
So Sentinel, you're just not realizing who I am?
You're that dude?
You're that dude.
You're that dude.
I'm the dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
I bought Jerry Garcia's ashes, man.
No, but Bob Weir did take his ashes to the Ganges River in India, the biggest river in India.
He took Jerry Garcia's.
Yep,
that's perfect. I think that's perfection considering the age that they came from. That is perfect.
Yeah,
man. Spirituality, the spiritual revolution, which started in the 1910s. Really did blossom finally in the 60s.
Actually, the movie Half Baked is basically propaganda.
You think? I thought it was just a bullshit movie.
Nope.
I mean, just
nope.
They just put it together.
It's propaganda.
Like comedy.
It makes people who smoke cannabis look dumb and stupid.
Well, I mean, it's
funny as hell. I love it, but.
Chappelle wrote that over a weekend with his buddy. They went and got high and wrote that.
Why do you think they let him make it? Because they use it as propaganda.
Well, what about Up in Smoke?
Yeah.
We're talking about the 70s and the 80s.
Dave's not here, man.
They were actually those were. You know what they were doing is basically how the Cheech and Chong movies came together is they were doing road shows. They were doing this stuff on the stage. Mm-hmm. And in between the rock band that they did, they would do skits and stand-up comedy that was like not for the average person. And so I don't remember exactly how it came about, but someone saw them and they got the idea, well, hey, let's make a movie.
Oh man. Sorry to cut you off. I just was reading the chat. Tommy, yeah, that was like a classic. I didn't know you were a Maiden fan. I'm a ginormous Iron Maiden fan. I've seen them I think
Dude, all
19
those,
times now
all
this
those
last year.
bands, all those.
I've never
bands,
seen them, but
man.
I'm an Iron Maiden fan.
I know it's a
Iron Maiden, oh
sacrilege.
man, they're my favorite.
Prayer for the Dying. I know it's a sacrilege, but I love that.
You know what? There's some good stuff on No Prayer for the Dying.
Yeah.
I appreciate most of all of Maiden, but yeah, there's No Prayer for the Dying has some good stuff on it.
For those,
yeah, I remember that when Sharon freaking booed him off the stage. She got booed like no one's business for
Who
that for
did?
doing that. Sharon Osbourne. They were headlining Ozfest, and she like basically kicked them out, like booed them off the stage, or she kicked them off the stage, and she got booed for that. There was a huge thing in the media. Like Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer, was like pissed. You know, obviously it's Sharon Osbourne, and so were like the majority of the fans.
She kicked
who? Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, dude.
How did I not hear about this? Wow.
She like booed him. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was big. It was big news a few years ago. Yeah.
Why the hell would she do that?
Yeah, up the iron.
Sharon Osbourne.
Because she's Sharon Osbourne. Yeah, she's narcissistic and controlling, and
I'm sorry, just because she's married to Ozzy Osbourne doesn't give her
and the thing is that tour did well because people were going to see Maiden. It wasn't because they were going to go see Ozzy.
Oh yeah, she probably acted like manager or something.
Yeah.
I like Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Although,
Bruce is a pretty strong personality, and he doesn't really put up with that shit. So, yeah, there was like a war and Egggate. Yeah, Egggate.
Ever since I was a very young child, I was always sensitive to what was considered evil or considered good, and I had a natural dislike to anything that had any kind of evil overtones or seemed that way. And when I was a kid, when I heard about Ozzy biting the head of a bat off, I was like, nope. For years, when I was a kid, I hated Ozzy.
Wow.
Because to me, he represented Satanism and devil. And I wasn't raised in any religion. I wasn't religious at all. I had a natural aptitude for what was good and what was wrong as a kid. And as you all know, that I'm not a Christian now. I walk the red road. But I had a real strong, ingrained instinct about what was right and what was wrong when it came to the white and the dark.
Yeah,
and
I'm a Christian, but I've got kind of a different view.
To walk in balance.
Yeah.
Oh, so what were you saying, Final?
Oh, I said I'm a Christian, but I have kind of a youth things. I'm not. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I have like a different kind of view on the spiritual realm and a lot of things. I think a lot of our history has kind of been obscured. I think a lot of the Bible is more accurate than we know because we kind of take things. I think we take a lot of things out of context. I think in the past there's been a lot of things and how they were written. It's kind of lost the translation. And I think now even science is starting to prove a lot of things, that happened and we're told about actually did happen. Like there's a lot of dimensional things I think come into play. I think it ties into like the whole alien thing. There's a lot that I think goes into it. And I think a lot of like the basic Christianity is just unaware of it. And, they just, they kind of have the wrong take on a lot of things.
I completely concur with that assessment. For instance, the Great Flood. The Great Flood happened. It didn't cover the entire Earth in a deluge, but it wiped out a lot of different civilizations, and that did happen. But two of them happened back 13,000 years ago and 11,500 years ago. That's memory. That's
and
like,
then you have like every culture in the world that has some version of a global flood, story. So I mean, you can't discount that every culture that were unattached to each other have versions of this story. So I mean, there's obviously some truth to it.
I mean, just imagine like, okay. A lot of people live on the coast because there's the food from the ocean right there, and usually you have rivers that run into ocean, so you have fresh water right there. It's prime real estate. A lot of ancient civilizations probably lived on those areas because they were prime real estate. And then imagine a great deluge that rose the sea level 30 feet overnight. I mean, that would have been scarring. And then you get 1,500 years of civilization rebuilding itself in different parts of the world, just, and everything's going good. And then not exactly, but 1,500 years later, boom, same damn thing happens. I think that is why it is a story that is passed down in various parts of the world, because it did happen. It did happen. There's geological, there's evidence for
there's
that.
tons of geological evidence.
Right.
We were talking about earlier before you got on, Stephen. We were talking about Peru. There's a ton of weird anomalous things in Peru, but one of the things that they found are in this region that should not have any kind of oceanic remnants in it. They have like all kind of sediment and seashells, and I mean that's impossible for it to have gotten there had it not been submerged at one point.
Right. And I mean, we could have this subject a whole different time. We could talk about Lemuria. We could talk about all of that, the continental drift, the rising and sinking of continents, things that we don't know about the internal workings of the Earth's mantle. But that's a whole we can dig into all that sometime. Another thing I want to bring up. Go ahead, Bear.
You were talking about floods and deluges and tsunamis. Some of those were probably tsunamis. Now, in my state, Washington State, I'm about an hour and a half drive from the coast, from here to Aberdeen, Washington. And I am on the other side of I-5, smacked almost right between Lacey and Olympia. And they say that when the big earthquake hits and the zipper goes on the fault line, they say that the tsunami that's supposed to happen from that will come in as far as I-5.
Imagine what that's going to do to Japan. Imagine what that's going to do to the island states and Japan.
Oh yeah, Hawaii.
God, man.
So I mean, I'm glad I'm where I'm at.
Sorry. There's a volcano. Forgive me if I can't remember exactly where it is. For some reason, Madagascar comes to mind. But there's a volcano that has been defunct or not active for a very long time. There's this weird suction dynamic that's going on where the seawater, it's right on the coast of the sea in the Atlantic from Africa. The water is actually being sucked up slowly into this volcano. And at one point, the water pressure is going to come up so high that it's literally going to break off half of this mountain and it's going to fall into the ocean. And when that happens, it's going to send this tsunami across the Atlantic that's going to wash right over where I am, the Delaware Peninsula. It's going to wash right over that. It's going to come all the way up across Jersey, and it's going to go across Florida. It's scary stuff. I've always had that in the back of my mind since I read it. Like, okay, I want to move away from the East Coast because one day that shit's gonna happen. Like it could be tomorrow, 100 years from now. But
I mean, I'm on the West Coast. It's no safer here either.
Yeah, man, I want to move it inland. I just want to move inland.
It's freaking cold.
Oh, Spring, what's up?
It's freaking 20 degrees out, and I'm sitting in my car hoping it warms up.
Hold on, what did you say? It's cold. Where are you at?
I'm up in New England. I'm up in Connecticut.
Oh. Yeah, you're fucking cold.
Yeah, you're
like
like
here in Maryland right now. It's freezing.
Yeah,
where'd you say you're at?
Degrees. I'm in Connecticut.
That's above Rhode Island, right?
Next to Rhode Island. Yeah, it's.
I've lived in North Kingstown, Rhode Island, right off the Narragansett Bay.
Kingstown, man. Yeah, no, I know it. Yep.
Yeah, I lived there. Lived there 4 months. Now I got a permanent accent now. I get irritated. I start sounding like a New Yorker.
Well, it's a brisk 59 degrees here.
Oh,
here in Cali, it's chilly.
I'm sorry.
I might have to put on a cardigan. Yeah.
I'm sorry for you Californians. I remember
it's about 50 here.
At lead guitar. So there's people that do lead and there's people that do rhythm. No big whoop. I love Bob.
Bob Weir.
Bob Weir's the man. Bob Weir's the man with that crazy ass beard he's got going. He looks like somebody who should be hunting a whale.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when he
Yeah,
started to
beard.
grow out the beard. I'm just like, I'm not sure about this yet.
Yeah.
I like it. It totally fits him. It suits him.
What freaking time did you guys get on?
A little after 10.
Yeah, like 10:30, I think. Our time.
Hey.
Yeah, Pacific time.
Hey guys, can I do my?
We didn't actually go live for a while.
Can I do my impression of Scott real quick?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
All right, hold on.
Well, I'm freezing my nuts off.
That is true, man. I can't feel my hands right now. It's freaking cold.
Who is that? Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some
Is that from Aladdin?
damn.
Where's it from?
It's a
Aladdin
Penguin video being narrated by Samuel L. Jackson, and then and Gilbert comes on and says that.
I'm freezing my nuts off. That's great.
Yeah, I thought that would be from Aladdin. It sounds like kids thing, you know?
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Bear.
Thank you.
48.
Yeah.
You're old.
Hey, I bet you I could still outdance you.
Oh, buddy, I definitely believe you can outdance me. I'm like an old man, dude. I'm 43 with a 90-year-old's body, so you could definitely beat me.
Hey, I'm 48 with a 60-year-old body. I could still outdance you.
Well, that's because you got.
I will
I was
any of you.
I was an athlete in middle school. I was an athlete in high school, and now every now and then, or pretty much every other day, I freaking feel it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, if we have a fundraiser for something, I know how we're going to get donations. We're going to have a little dance off between you two.
Oh, I will cut a rug.
And my aunts,
I'll cut the cheese.
They wanted to know how I could dance the way I did because they wanted to be able to do that. You know that thing that Mike Hammer did? Back when Mike Hammer was a thing?
I don't even know who the hell Mike Hammer is.
Hammer Time?
MC Hammer?
Oh,
Hammer Time. MC Hammer.
Yeah. I can't touch this.
Yeah, I could do that dance. And then some.
I could see you in parachute pants doing it.
Yeah, I think I'd pay money for that.
At that particular time, it was baggy dress pants with a tight ankle.
That's right, the tight ankle.
And the colors was green and purple for some reason.
Parachute pants.
See now, I don't know if where you guys are from. Do you remember the tight rolled bottom pants?
Yes.
Where you like folded it and then
yes.
Yeah. I was a little kid. I used to have my sister do that for me.
Yes. There was a phase when I did that. Yeah.
You just like rolled them up a bunch of times,
and then you wore deck shoes.
Hey, we just lose sport.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, he
came on and
he probably switched pages. If you switch pages or look at something else when you're on a cell phone on StreamYards, it'll time out.
No, he's also fine.
Because it's not like a PC browser window. It'll stay going if you switch. And but
or he froze, or his phone froze.
It's different on a phone. It refreshes constantly.
Phones suck.
Oh, when he's back. He's alive,
didn't it?
Yeah, I dropped out. I had to run into 7-Eleven and get something to shoot caffeine into my body. So, oh man. So, we are we going to be on tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
So that's 4 p.m. Pacific time because I don't want to confuse Bear.
No, it's 4 p.m.
No.
Yeah.
It's not confusion when
you're not the only dyslexic.
When you say numbers and I'm not paying attention, it's just numbers bouncing around that I have to ask again. That's why.
Yeah, I get it, man. I'm just playing around. I have the same issue with certain things too. But all right, I think we definitely need to talk about the Mandalorian. If you saw it, who hasn't? Because that was my quick thought on seeing it once was that was pretty good. Like
Mine
that
too.
had a great feel to it. But
I have not seen it.
no.
Oh, you haven't
No,
watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
All
right, so we can't talk about it.
No, you
Can't
can
talk too much.
I'm in the Abu Nas kind of camp of it's gonna be hard for me to see it because I'm still upset with Disney, you know.
Unbelievably true,
so
man.
am I. I had to really suspend that part of my mind that just wants to go after my enemies and crush them.
Oh well,
Yeah.
like when you watch the credits on there, it's like directed by, I always forget that, Dave Filoni, and written by Jon Favreau, and executive producers Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, and then the next one's Kathleen Kennedy and some other douche. Like, oh, that fucking hurts.
But she isn't listed until like what, third
like
or so.
fourth,
so.
yeah, she's like the third.
So I mean, she's showcased.
I don't know. I could say it's definitely an homage to the OG trilogy. You definitely see a couple different things that you're like, oh yeah, that's from the OG trilogy. But it's done in a way that it's right for that scene. You know, like instead of like
doesn't feel like a copy or a cheap copy.
Watchmen kind of shoves it down your throat like, this is the Watchmen, yay! You know, don't you? You're watching, you know. So
yeah, I will. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on Disney Plus, they've got all the Star Wars movies, all of them, and they've all been remastered.
I haven't watched it on Disney Plus yet. I haven't watched it. I haven't gotten Disney Plus yet. I watched it somewhere else.
Oh, you were at a friend's house, right?
Yeah, I was at a buddy's house. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, put your house address in the chat sometime for me.
In the private chat.
I missed what you said.
So could you put your buddy's address in the group chat sometime? Thanks, man.
Group chat.
Put it in the group chat. That'd be great. Because this is, I'll explain it to you later. It's a little different than just a site. I mean, a buddy's house. It's a good buddy.
Right.
It's an address. It's some sort of address.
It's not on my buddy's address yet, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So it was good. I liked it.
Make sure you bookmark that on your map.
What's that?
So just make sure you bookmark it on your map. That site, your address, your buddy's address.
GPS, man. GPS.
Yeah, man.
GPS.
Dig it.
I liked that you could tell that it wasn't a movie quality, but damn, they came close. You know, like And one of the cameos was my favorite. The guy is one of these big lumbering comedians. He was in he's been in shows like what's that? The Big Bang Theory. He was like a geologist in there. He's like this big. He was driving them to the ship. If I don't want to spoil it, but he was driving them on that guy is he's a diehard Star Wars fan. So it's pretty cool. He got to get a part in the first episode.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that was a good scene too, where that led to.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I like it. When that thing. Okay, we'll talk about it later for everybody. But
you're breaking up there, bud.
Yeah, he was getting choppy there.
Max Headroom. What happened to
choppy
Shell?
Water? It seems we lost Shell back too.
Yeah, I don't know. He just dropped out.
Yeah, when he first came on, he was having issues too. And hey, if you're using mobile, there's a good possibility you could have issues.
Oh God, dude, I drive through so many dead zones. So.
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, were you talking to yourself?
No. Actually, I did wait. This one time. No, I drive through so many dead zones on the way to work. I kind of know where they are, so I will just keep my mouth shut for those moments and let you guys talk for once.
You were making good points.
Yeah, I do usually.
What did you guys? What did you guys think about the
music? I dropped out just so I can interrupt you. Go on, Final.
Bear, you have the power to mute him. You can mute him at any time. It's hosting the stream.
What, like that?
You bastards!
I think you know what. I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to watch it. I'm gonna let you guys speak on it later. But I think that
we can wait till tomorrow or later today or whatever to talk about it.
Plus, I've been monitoring some of the chatter and some of the chats and some of the videos because I've been watching the reviews that people have been putting out, and there's some people in the that are just like pretty staunch. I'm not going to support Disney until they get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, until they get rid of that story group. And so I think tonight I'm gonna represent them. One of us needs to.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that point of view. I just feel like, for me, it's like if they brought someone in from the outside like Favreau and Filoni was in it with Lucas before it was sold. He did a good job with Clone Wars. He did a pretty good job with Rebels. Then I'm gonna support it for the fact that I'm hoping that with those guys they can turn things around. Giving it a chance.
Yeah, and I dig
that.
Like,
I get the point of view of like screw Disney. I mean, I get that too.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. Look, the only way that these people are going to know that they're doing right is if they're told that they're putting out a good project because they don't even know what good is.
If you want things to change, I mean, you also have to compliment the things that they do right.
Yes. Yep. I'm 100% behind that.
Point. Yeah.
Yeah. But
see, I think she was hands off on this. She was definitely hands off on this.
Yeah, I think so too.
She didn't even have her.
She's nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, she hasn't promoted it at all. She's been nowhere in the media.
She was third on the executive producer list. You'd think she would have been first if she had her hands all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got you, but I'm confused at this point. Like, if you listen to some of the rumors, the quote unquote rumors from sources, from Doomcock. I love listening to him and when he puts out what his sources have been saying. And he waits until he gets a couple of them to confirm, that this is a rumor worth putting out.
Yeah.
But I'm confused because, in my mind, Kathleen Kennedy is on the back burner. They obviously can't fire her because she's a woman, right? So and I have been under the impression in the last 6 months that she's just a token, and that other people that that Iger has put other people and told them to do their thing and don't listen to that bitch. Like that. That's under the impression that I've been. But if it is true, that there are so many different versions of the Rise of Skywalker, and that Kennedy is still fighting to have her SJW version be the one that gets put on screen, then she really isn't just a token. She is still running things there. So,
well, because they know they might be trying to make her a token. She knows the position she's in. First female head, this and that. She knows if she ever went to the media, Disney would look horrible. And right now, Disney's bottom line does not need to look any worse.
Right.
So,
why would you bring in Feige? Why would you bring in Favreau? Like, why would you bring these guys in if you had complete confidence in Kathleen Kennedy? You'd have Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni. You wouldn't have Favreau and Dave Filoni. You wouldn't have Feige and whatever Kathleen Kennedy's role is in his trilogy. You wouldn't need that. You wouldn't have it. If you had complete confidence in her.
Well, I also think that having George Lucas help them out a bit was a shot across the bow. I mean, he actually helped out a bit with the Mandalorian. I mean, at
Yeah.
least he was there.
Yeah.
So he was on set a few times. So I think that was a shot across the bow at her. Like,
yeah, and that's also Filoni working.
Hey, Tommy Sentinel,
being,
refresh your page so that way I just modded you.
oh, nice. That's also Filoni, coming up under Lucas, knowing what's right for Star Wars.
right.
And I think you're right, Spork. I think it's a shot across the bow, and it's also like showing respect of like, here's how we're doing things. You should also be doing this, but like also this is how we're doing it.
I think that's exactly right. Like, this is the way this should have had gone. Even though he's no longer Lucasfilms, he's George freaking Lucas. And show the man
he's still
respect.
the main source,
It's
and
him.
you can utilize his. Yeah, as they clearly indicated, that was at least to the press and to the fandom, that was the original intention. Because
that's what they said.
Oh yeah, we're going to honor his characters, and we're going to work close with him, and we're going to use his treatments. And I mean, they didn't use any of that stuff, but that's what they said. So
yeah,
and then they went all the shit.
I do not want to help out, and that's why I watched it over my buddy's house. But I can't. Like, there's normal people working at Disney. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can't hold it against, Bob, who's the video editing guy, and because of that, he loses his job. Because those are the people that will lose their jobs first. Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy aren't going to walk out if they lose money. They're going to still get their bonuses, and, Joe Schmo is going to be fired. That's how these companies work.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't. I can't hold it against this whole corporation, even though the head of the snake is something we want to chop off. I just it's a catch-22 with me, But
yeah, I mean, I just feel like if they have to know when the fandom is kind of turning the corner and maybe on their side a little bit, because they gotta you gotta give them like that, you gotta give them treats. Here you go, good job. You got to train them like a puppy. Good job. Okay, we'll subscribe. Okay, we'll give you this. We'll give you that. Now keep doing what we tell you to do.
Well, you're right. You're right. But before any of this, like, while just the new Disney Star Wars, it seemed like they were like, old people that didn't understand technology. Like, they have instant access to their fan base, and I mean 24/7 news. So you think about it, they were not using that. They were like, oh, the interweb. Let's see what they're doing today. Where social media, that is the pulse of your fandom. That is the pulse of your fandom. And it's not like a handful of people. It's millions that hated those movies, And they just, I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go or what they're going to do, but I feel like The Mandalorian was a good start with two fans running the show saying this is what Star Wars is supposed to be about, and again, it's only the first episode, because at the very end, when I saw what they saw, I was like, oh, here we go. I truly oh shit, it's going woke, it's going SJW on our ass, and it didn't, that we know of.
It didn't. No, it didn't. See that now. We'll have to wait till Steven sees it to talk about that ending. But I've got a lot of.
I've been watching and listening to people. I pretty much know the whole thing. I just haven't watched it.
Oh, so you know the big ending?
Yeah, the Yoda baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a young baby girl that was the hope of the galaxy or some shit.
It's gonna be like Ray.
It's Ray.
Right.
Yeah, it's Ray.
It could be a young Yoda, whatever they are. It could be a young one, a female one of those. But I like how it said the prime target was a 50-year-old, because in their time, it might take 50 years for a baby to start growing up. I thought that was kind of neat.
It was very nice. See, that was like the little attention to detail that like Filoni gets that stuff right, because
now, I got to ask you a question. You did a video, and I didn't see anything about this. I've been keeping off until I saw The Mandalorian. What was the video about Han and the cafe scene, bar scene? Where he
Okay,
shot?
so that's So Disney Plus has released all the original trilogy movies, on the streaming service, but they edited again. There's an edit to the Greedo and Han, shooting scene.
Okay.
So in the originals, it was Han shot first and kills Greedo, and then they re-edited it for the special edition, and Lucas had Greedo shooting first. And that spawned that whole Han shot first movement. So then when they re-released them on like DVD, or it might have been Blu-ray, they changed it to where they both kind of shoot first. And now, for some reason, they've changed it again. And apparently this was something that Lucas had chosen to do before he sold to Disney. Because I don't think that Disney has the rights to change anything from the 6 movies Lucas did. I think he had it in contract. Yeah,
I couldn't imagine he gave them the right to change his movies.
No, yeah, it was in the contract that they can't. So this was something Lucas decided to do for some reason. But they have Greedo for some reason saying the word McClunky. It sounds like McClunky right before they both fire. They both shoot each other. So it's just like this added in word that now it's gotten like a storm of coverage now all over Twitter and the interwebs, because everyone's like, what the heck, why, what does that mean? Why did he add that in
Lucasfilm is
there?
McClunky.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. McClunky. Yeah, it's so freaking strange that it's just, it doesn't make any sense to add that. So it's like a scene that's, had so much, like out of all the special editions, that scene has had the most negative reaction towards it out of all the changes that he made. It was the Han shooting first, Greedo shooting first, and now again for the third time they've like edited this. Something weird in it. Yeah, it's just strange.
I don't know, man. All right, guys, I got to drop out. Where I work, you're not allowed to like show camera phones, so they would probably like arrest me. So I will talk to you boys. Kinda. I don't want to dox myself, but I will see you boys tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to get on right away. If not, I'll make my egocentric entrance.
Be fashionably late.
Yeah. I worked
right
at
as
a warehouse.
Out is when you'll come in.
I worked at a warehouse that was considered a federal port. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, someone
phone stayed in the car.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, buddy. So if someone could, if someone in the chat or one of you guys tweet me, what is the song that goes Hanatura? The one from Excalibur.
Excalibur, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So if you know what it is, tweet the name to me, please. So I'm not saying I'm entering with that, but I'm entering with that. All right, boys. Have a great rest of your night or morning or where the hell you guys are. Have a good one.
It's working.
And happy birthday. Happy birthday, you old bastard.
Oh, thank you. I had a daddy.
I'm laying in my bed in the motel room now. You want to see?
So you're there for how many days? Oh, yep.
I'm here.
Steven after dark.
I'm here until let's see, Friday. I'll check out probably Friday morning before I go to work, and then drive home after I finish up.
Okay, Friday. Oh, you're there a week.
Yeah, that's my life now. And then the company that I've been working for the last 3 years is going to shut down in 2 weeks. So I have
really?
to, yeah. So yeah, I kind of saw it coming a while back, but I was told that one thing was going to happen, and then it became something else. So on top of all the shit that I have to manage now with the book and the channel and all that good stuff, and being a dad, I have to schedule. I have to find out Thankfully, the boss is going to take me in for a meeting. I'm going to go over his house on Sunday, and he's going to show me all the ins and outs of working with the different companies that we work with and taking care of those contracts and taking over some of them. And
so you can kind of like independently move on?
Yeah, so I'm going to be just working for myself entirely in a couple weeks.
Well, I see something good happening. my 2 cents worth.
Thank you, brother. So the only difficulty is that this is the slow time of year. So during the slow time of year for the last couple of years, I always had a steady paycheck, regardless of how many contracts I was able to work on. I'm not going to have that this year, so it's going to be a little scary. But there is a major pharmacy chain that just bought another major pharmacy chain, and they've been changing over those stores to the other brand. So I will be hopefully doing that through March, and then that'll keep me going. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, working for yourself isn't all that bad.
No,
especially since you've already got the contacts kind of, the connections already made. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I've already got my resume. I've already got my professional contacts. I've already been working with these companies, and they know that I'm capable and able to do what they need me to do. But I'm probably going to have to step up my game, which I haven't. I've been reluctant to do because in some contracts you step up your game and take on more responsibility, and you don't really get any benefit for that. So I've been very happy to be a member of the team as opposed to a lead, and I might have to step into that lead role, which is more paperwork, more headache, more responsibility, more people having the possibility of yelling at you for something that may be beyond your control. And that's the reason why I don't like working for anybody anyway. So, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, it'll work out.
I need to grow tits so I can get 1,000 subs.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll do it. I don't care. I'll press.
Yeah, I had a couple people comment on my intros on my videos.
Yeah,
like, ooh, that's trippy.
It is trippy. What did you? Go ahead, man.
Because that basically, I used some artwork that I created in surrounding imagery and particles. Basically, I created all of it by layers, layering effects, and I had fun doing it. It was enjoyable. That's what I like to do.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got some iconic intros, very very unique. You can tell they're yours right away, which is yeah,
he's got his own brand. That's what I really like about.
There you go.
Fair.
Yeah, and I get some really good, encouraging comments. Because a few of my subs are on my friends list, and I get real good, encouraging comments. And there were one of my.
I like this encouraging comment from Tommy.
Yeah, one of my friends on my friends list was here tonight.
In the chat?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tommy, that comment's great. I'm sorry.
And it was Wolf, WOOLF, I think. Wolf. I think it's Mikhail.
Oh yeah, okay, Mikhail, yeah.
Shellback's like, what happened? What happened to you, Shellback?
Hey, welcome back.
I don't know, man. I mean, the freaking thing just kind of like froze up, and it's the bar on top was like flashing and freaking. I don't know.
Damn.
It does that. It's done that like a few times. I don't know what the fuck, but I'm like.
Sounds like it went McClunky on you.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
it went all McClunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sentinel. I made you a moderator. I made Tommy moderator too.
That's code for "I'm gonna get you, sucker."
I think McClunky can mean anything.
Is female. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I've never heard that term before.
McClunky.
We need to own it. That needs to be the official fourth wave.
Something that's clunky was normally considered junk. Clunky.
Yeah, right. Clunky. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a clunky.
Yeah, and
clunky
I think everyone probably use the term clunky.
I mean, I guess it's a metaphor for Disney Star Wars
Yeah,
in general.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Kind of brittle, falls apart, not well put together. It's
Yep.
kind of a clunky.
Final, you got to say that tonight.
Look at that. People taking hats to appreciate those intros. Hey, you know, some of those music pieces I use on the intros,
I have to double.
I've taken 3 different musical pieces and I blended them together and I made them one and I made them sound something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to do too.
Well, I used to record my own bootlegs because I would get a hold of soundboards, and soundboards is where it's at. That's what you want. If you're into live band music, you don't want no audience tape. They suck. I hate audience tapes. I don't like them. There's only probably a few gems here and there that are actually good. I don't want to hear no Grateful Dead and no audience tape. I want to hear a soundboard because they're out there. They're good. And because I probably got a hard drive or two that's full of them. It's in storage, full of soundboards on hard drive. Basically low compression audio files, FLAC files to be specific, is what you want.
FLAC files,
yeah. MP3s,
high
MP3s, basically they're garbage. It's garbage. Because they take all the highs out, they take all the lows out of the MP3s. And Bob Weir seems to think that MP3s aren't healthy for you.
Aren't healthy for
Right.
you? I see. I've got a Pono player which only plays. Well, it doesn't only play, but it plays the FLAC files. It's like it was that Pono was like a. Yeah. They're bigger, more data, it's also more better quality sound. Yeah, I was that Neil Young. I was like his. He was back in that Pono player. It's pretty cool.
Guys, I have to go to sleep or I'm going to be McClunky tomorrow.
We don't want you being a McClunky.
Yeah, Bear, happy birthday, buddy, and I will see you guys tonight. Have a good night.
All right.
All right. Get some sleep.
I have a couple templates for thumbnail. Just let me know.
For tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always got a couple different templates.
I think it's got to have something with the Mandalorian, or
I've already got
Yoda's little baby Yoda ears. Maybe you got to do some with little baby Yoda ears.
He's back.
I'm sorry, you said.
What?
What
did you say? Were you
freaking?
Were you trying to tell me something and I dipped out?
Oh, I was just saying that I have a couple templates of the thumbnails ready to go. I just need to probably crop the photos I took of the Mandalorian.
Okay.
I took the photos from my screen. I got a couple decent captures. Final was just talking about the little baby Yoda. We're going to have to go back and watch and then capture a couple different decent photos. And I will be cartooning them. Yeah.
It's got to be like cartooned, like your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, basically, we can use it as fair use because it's publicly available. I've got a free trial of Disney Plus, so that's where we got it from. And so basically, you just have to, in your when you reference it, you just put down Disney Plus for the image.
All right, buddy. All right, now I'm really going to bed. Good night.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Right,
Young boy. Yeah, Death by Saber put out a tweet. It's so freaking hilarious. He took that footage of the baby Yoda and put it to the music of Baby Shark.
Oh man, yeah,
And
that's great.
And instead of shark, every time it says shark, he cuts that off and has it go Yoda.
Okay, I just looked that up. Yeah, I'll have to watch this later. Was it a live thing?
No, it's just like a little, just like a little Twitter video,
That's
It's,
great. Death by Saber.
it's,
Yeah. I think this is it. Yeah, I got it here. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now-
it. Okay, that's
Baby
it in the
Baby
chat.
Shark Yoda remix.
Yoda. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, in basically on the chat side, I have certain words pretty much banned. Certain bad words that people shouldn't be saying, and some of those political words too. Because I don't like politics. I don't like to mix politics with my nerd stuff and my science fiction and all that. It makes for a very sour dish.
Because
I like a little sweet.
That's part of the reason why the Phantom Menace is, came about. It's because they keep trying to put political and social stuff in our Star Wars and our nerd stuff. It's like we don't want that.
If I'm gonna have sour, I'm gonna have a little sweet with the sour too.
It's like people, they're like, well, there's always been politics or whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, politics, but not identity politics. Those are the politics we're talking about.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And they try to hide.
Tommy, what happens December 10th?
Basically, they try to hide behind that, Shellback. They try to hide behind what you just said right there. That's a really good point. And yeah. And it's the signifying and the virtue signaling and using it in a propaganda kind of way. And it's like I said, it's just that little bit at a time. A little bit more. Here's a little more. Oh, look, they're not paying attention. Throw some more in there. Look, quick, they're looking the other way. Put that in there. Pretty soon we got all this propaganda crap in TV shows and movies. Because you gotta watch out for that sugar that's laced with poison.
Me and Tommy's in the chats talking about the December 10th is when the whole new YouTube things go in place. They're complying with the COPPA.
The COPA?
Yeah.
Hasn't that been in effect for a while now?
I don't know. He's saying, well, I mean, I think this whole new push is something else that they're trying to. I got to watch that video though, because I don't really know too much about it. I'll by the time we live stream tomorrow, I'll get a handle on what it is. But yeah, seems like I don't know. I guess they can ban whatever they want based on their preference.
It's getting to that point.
Yeah. Channels can be taken down for not making YouTube enough money. Oh, that's what Tommy's saying. Gaming, comics, and toy or toy-related channels will be all demonetized. Man. Yeah, geez, Tommy. That's gaming, comics, and toy or toy-related channels.
How can they do that?
Censored.
How can they demonetize? Because they would have to. They would have to demonetize every channel.
Yeah,
because there's a whole. They don't realize that they make money off of this, and if they do it in the way that we all think that they're doing it and why they're doing it, then that is to me sinister.
Yeah, they are claiming they are all kid friendly. YouTube is all kid friendly.
Are they crazy?
Wow.
There's areas where you can label it as adult content, adult humor stuff in the studio when you're finalizing your video. But you can go into the studio again and go in there and adjust stuff.
But I wonder if they're going to take those options out, or if they just. I guess maybe you can do it, but they just won't monetize you.
Possible.
They'll demonetize the video. Like they'll still allow it, but it'll be demonetized. I guess they're only trying to monetize kid-friendly stuff.
What basically what they're trying to do, I think it's nuts. They don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, what is considered, made for kids, kid-friendly stuff? I gotta watch this video.
Yeah, I watched a very good portion of it.
How long is it? Oh, it's like, well, the one, okay, this one is only 6 minutes, 43 seconds. So I'll get into that tomorrow. I'll have to watch. I don't know if, I'm sure Doomcock will make a video on it if he hasn't already.
Oh, he's probably going to. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, no monetization on anything kid-friendly. That's what Tommy was saying.
I'm not going to claim any kid friendly. Some saying don't click nothing, but they're going to eventually make it to where you have to.
I guess, or you won't be able to post. Yeah.
I put a video up last night. They had the same thing. I didn't click really anything, and it had so much trouble. And this one, I clicked for not for kids button, and when I shared the link out, the thumbnail had no problems.
Yeah, but I guess this doesn't go into effect till December 10th, is what Tommy's saying.
Yeah, there's Tommy saying some channels are backing up on D Live and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Backing up like their whole entire video playlists.
Man, you had some channels that have thousands of videos. My God.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
D Live or BitChute.
There is a backup feature for on YouTube Studio.
Where does it back up to? Anywhere you choose?
I don't know. I've never actually used it.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah. Well, gonna have to look into that more. Oh.
Well, my whole window. That's weird. I think YouTube's been tinkering with their webpage, how everything works and stuff. They changed the look on the webpage. It's like, you know what? That shit's for people who can't goddamn read. You didn't have to do that. I'm like, what the hell? That don't mean shit to me. I can goddamn read. That was making me really just kind of like, it's like, all right, you just made a thing that was just like, I liked it to be open and part of the freaking window. I had that choice. Why take it away?
Yeah.
Because
what's the benefit?
The other way was functional.
What's the benefit? Right. What are they doing?
It doesn't benefit us because we need that open. And they've been tweaking the website too. Because I have a lot of problems sometimes using their website.
Well, yeah, one way or another, they keep trying to crack down.
It's like right now, I can't even get into my studio or my video list in the studio. You know,
you're using TubeBuddy?
Yeah, but the panel won't close in the oh, there it goes finally. It was dim. You know how it's dim when you got a window?
Yeah.
You know how you open that in studio?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like it was open before. Why not just leave it freaking open? Jeez.
Right.
It makes it really hard to use. And because they've been, I've noticed lately, sometimes at night when I'm getting stuff ready and all that, the website is very sluggish and doesn't do what I really want it to do. Responds slowly.
Oh, okay. So I get what I get what you're saying, Tommy. So basically, if it's any kid friendly material, you don't get monetized for it. You can't make money off anything that's kid friendly. So by talking about toys or comics or anything that could be considered friendly towards kids, they demonetize you because you can't make money off of it.
But you
I
have to
think
market
that's
for
what-
kids. You have to market for
Right,
kids for
yeah.
them to do that.
I guess so, but I guess they can monitor it, and if they find your videos are, I don't know. I guess they can monitor. I guess that's the worry that if you
Just cuss all through the
You know,
video.
yeah, right, yeah. I mean, I
Oh,
guess
by the
yeah,
way, fuck off.
it's a real
here and there.
fucking great toy.
How you fucking doing today? Oh, good.
It gets around.
Glad
It.
you're fucking here. You know?
See this guy? Yeah, this guy says that this fucking transformer will transform your fucking life.
Yeah, you know?
It gets around it right there. Oh man, what a world! What a world we live in.
Who lost it?
One of the guys that does videos on Transformers and toys that Tommy watches said he I guess he got pissed off and ranted on the changes that are coming, and he's never seen him lose it before.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive when someone you've never seen lose it go off on something.
Rodimus Primal.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
There's a thing to be said for holding stuff in, not getting it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to research that.
So tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, fourth wave.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Tomorrow 4. It seems like that's the
So,
time.
Tommy and Final, are you modded on Steven's channel?
Yeah, I think so. I think he is modded. Yeah, I'm very sure I am.
Because we want the Sentinel to be and Tommy to be modded. If not,
Yeah.
these
I
guys.
don't know if Tommy is yet. Oh, he said yes. Okay, because I know Steven's been working off his phone, so I think there's some people he hasn't been able to mod that he wants to. But yeah, Tommy's saying he is modded, so it's good.
That's good. Sentinel, how about
Yeah. Sentinel, is he still there?
you? His last comment was 2:04.
Oh, he did say goodnight, everyone, though, so I don't know if he's leaving. He might have left.
I must have missed it.
Yeah, he might have left. He said up there, he said goodnight, everyone. So I'm not sure if he's still there. Well, Bear, I think I'm going to head to bed. I'm getting pretty sleepy here.
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
We did, it's been almost 3 hours, so it's a pretty good freaking
Holy
stream.
cow, 3 hours.
Yeah, it went pretty
Awesome.
fast. A lot of people popping
Well,
in and out tonight.
Thanks for coming by, everyone in the chat. It's been interesting.
Yeah.
We covered a wide range of subjects.
Man, we really did.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of different things.
Yeah. So thanks
was fun.
everyone for coming, and we're gonna see you later because coffee ain't fixing this.
No, I need more than coffee to stay awake.
Besides, I had a cup of chamomile, so yeah.
Yeah, I did too. Actually, I had like this winter sleepy time tea I got from Trader Joe's, and it's just doing the trick.
Oh, it's got the wintergreen in it, huh?
Yeah, I think it does.
I haven't seen that one yet, but yeah, I had a cup of chamomile. And if you're basically, here's a little secret: those of you that are talking a lot in a mic on YouTube, you want to have some chamomile tea every now and then. It's really good for the voice.
Yeah, it's good for the throat. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Super Channel Awesome Time is here.
Oh. He just came in at the very end.
Wow.
Thanks, Super Channel Awesome Time.
He's like,
yeah.
Oh, and look at that. Look at the icon, their avatar.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
Yeah. We were
Little
just talking
baby.
about that. Little baby.
We were just talking about that. Little baby Yoda. Can't sleep. Yeah. So I guess he obviously saw the the finale or the first episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because
Yeah, I think I'll probably watch it one more time tomorrow too before we do our stream.
yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's in the chat, you guys can. We're doing a stream again on our normal Fourth Wave channel tomorrow. It's on author Stephen Walton's channel. We do it on. Well, I don't know. We did it on Fridays. I think we might be switching to Saturdays and Wednesdays. But it's on author Stephen Walton's channel, and you can also follow him on Twitter. Follow all of us on Twitter, and we usually tweet out when we're going live. But we're gonna do it tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Got to say that. Got to point out the time zone. So we're gonna kind of break down the whole Mandalorian episode and talk about little Yodette. Yeah, little Yodette.
Well, sorry you can't sleep, Super Channel Awesome Time.
You need some chamomile tea.
We were just getting ready to end the show and go off air.
Yeah, I've been streaming for 3 hours and
another 3/4 of a minute, it's going to be 3 hours.
Yeah.
And isn't StreamYard's limit 4?
Is that Shell?
That was a Shell-back chainsaw.
He's been sleeping in the chat for the last like half hour.
Actually, I did nod off like maybe five or 10 minutes ago, but
you came back and we're still here.
Didn't even happen to hear a snore.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Well, you missed Super Channel Awesome Time. No worries, I've been lurking. Just figured I'd say hi before I left. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for waking show back up.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy, thank you.
Turtle.
Really appreciate you. Sentinel, appreciate you if you happen to catch the rewatch on the end. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are the best. And Tommy, Sentinel, all you guys, we hope we see you tomorrow on our stream at 4.
You mean today?
Yeah, I do mean today. Oh, man. It's depressing. I got to sleep. Later today in 14 hours? 13 and a half hours. Should set the stream up now. 13 and a half hour times clock.
You will notice that the title of this stream has changed.
This stream?
Yeah. It said birthday stream before because I was in a hurry just to type and all that. Now it says Bears.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Bears birthday stream.
I'm still just seeing birthday stream.
You got to refresh.
I did.
Well, don't refresh the StreamYards page that you're on.
Yeah, not the StreamYards.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if you refresh that, it'll kick you out.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
It'll eventually update itself.
Yeah, I guess it goes through a cycle.
Yeah, because basically as soon as I end this broadcast, this thing in StreamYards will now be disconnected from that because I renamed it. Just the thing in the StreamYards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you can go back to them and just use them as a studio, a meeting place.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's a great place to meet and talk, especially like people in Canada down here. It makes it to where there's no toll calling or expensive calling because I know with T-Mobile I can call Canada and I can call Mexico. It doesn't cost me nothing now.
Oh.
So, with that,
all right.
We're going to say good night to y'all. And once again, thank you, everybody, for showing up, taking part, and chatting. And we will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Steven's channel. And Tommy put all that in the chat. So you will see all that info in there about all of us. Hail to the Phantom Menace. Good night.
Hail.
Hail to the Phantom Menace and hail to your birthday. Again,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Thank you. And again, thank you. Good night.
All right. Good night, guys.
Yeah, John boy.